Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats. Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Cypher Seminar. I'm hyped. We're playing superheroes this week. It's going to be great fun. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, let's go through our regular stream things. So we have social links. Go and check out our Discord, our YouTube, and our Twitter, where you can check out all of our wonderful things going on. It's all wonderfully inclusive and safe and everything. I would normally say, send me a DM on Twitter and I'll get you a game. And that's still true. But it won't be until April now because this season is full. So thank you all very much for your participation. It's pretty hype. Also, we have a Patreon. Go and check out our Patreon. You can support us over there for as little as $1 a month, and we appreciate every dollar. And we also give out free articles about RPGs and other things. Renee is working on one for me right now. Apparently, the delay is worth it. It's a little longer than some of the others, and it's a really great article, so it's going to be good. We also have merchandise. If you want to get a crest on your chest, head over to the Redbubble site where you can do exactly that. I haven't seen any codes from them in a while. I know Christmas was a really good time for codes, but I think that season might have dried up a little. So no special offers at the minute. Go and check it out anyway. It's a wonderful site. Top quality merchandise. We also have some sponsors. We have Bird in the Storm Publishing, who write modules for D&D and other TTRPGs. You should go and check them out. And also Mage Hand Press, who wrote the Dark Matter Alpha, a sci-fi expansion for D&D, which we play on Thursdays. And they also wrote some other expansions for 5e, which we'll be exploring next season. And I'll be being the DM for that game next season. So that's going to be pretty fun. Lastly, check out the panels below. We have arasavad.com, tabletoploot.com, and ruinc.com, where you can get 10 to 15% discount using my special codes. And also, check out our tweet. Every 10 retweets will grant a random potion effect to one of our heroes. Which is also can't go wrong in any way, shape, or form. So, that's me rambling at the start of the session over. Let's go round and meet everyone. Let's mix it up a little bit this week and go anti-clockwise. We'll start with Alex.
Hello. I'm Alex, or Dark Fox. I am playing today a character called Lucas Clark, who isn't really a superhero. He's more of a vigilante. It's all going to go pear-shaped.
I cannot wait. Why don't you give us the sentence for your character as well on this first go-round?
Sure thing. So Lucas Clark is a sharp-eyed, combat-trained explorer who fights dirty.
Okay, and we will be exploring what all of these things mean in just a moment. If it's your first time here, first time playing the Cypher system, do not worry. We'll explain what all of these things mean. So we'll go anti-clockwise around the screen next to Abigator Frenzy. Oh, hi!
Oh, hello! It's so nice to be here. Usually I am Abigator Frenzy, also known as Abby, but today you don't need to know that, for I will be Serendipity, also known as Sarah, who is... What am I? I'm a appealing speaker who doesn't really do much. In fact, she doesn't really realize that she just talks a lot and things seem to go her way. That's all you need to know.
Okay. Yeah, I got from our group chat beforehand, I got a bit of a theme from that. From the group that felt a little like that. So next around we come to Trendane. Oh, hi, Trendane.
Hello. How are
Same
you?
questions. Oh, well, just spiffing, thanks. How are you?
Delightful. I'm so happy to be here. I can't even begin to... well, actually, I can begin to explain how I feel nervous as all heck, because it's been probably 600, maybe 700 years since I played with this game system. And so as soon as I was asked, hey, do you want to do this thing? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I immediately come up with a character concept. And I start looking through the rule book and I'm like, none of this applies. Oh my God, what do I do? So the guy that I'm playing, his name is Cameron, and he is just a slacker. He always has been. He just, his life would be perfect if he could just kick back on the couch, just eat chips, watch TV, play some video games, and just that could just be his life and he would be fine with it. And yeah. And so I'm trying to figure out, it's like, okay, nothing in the Cypher rulebook really fits that motif. I mean, there is the doesn't do much, which I discovered right before we actually kind of brought the cameras online. And I was like, oh, wait, no, it should be that. That should be the, oh God. And so I'm having to redo everything on the fly. But the rest of it, I'm like, how do I define what he is? Or what I want him to be? And I'm like, okay, what would he be if he weren't a slacker? If he actually did have some sense of commitment to whatever, in that case, he would be a naive explorer.
A naive explorer who doesn't do much, or are you still undecided on your focus?
He still doesn't do, well, he doesn't do much. But if he did do stuff, then he would...
He would be very good at doing stuff if he did anything.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, but he's kind of the stealthy style of explorer.
Okay. Fantastic. So last round, we welcome our last regular player, J Bambi. Oh, hi!
Hi. So, I'm playing Jessica, who is a naive adept, so magical, whatever. Ah, there's a dog. Who is a naive adept of combat who masters in weaponry. So, she's an adept, but she doesn't really do magic.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, we'll stay with you, Jay. Why don't you tell us what an adept is and how it affects you?
I would, but I don't.
Are you doing exactly the same as me? Are you hurriedly opening the rulebook? Because that's exactly what I'm doing. Like,
I am. I don't have it loaded.
Every week we do the same, and every week I don't have it open.
It's there somewhere.
Thank God for Control F.
There it is. Cypher system rulebook.
Boom.
Was I supposed to tell people what Cameron can do?
We'll go through your choices and
Yeah.
just make sure we all understand what's going on and everything.
Yeah,
There we go.
okay.
An adept. So adepts master powers or abilities outside the experience, understanding, and sometimes belief of others. They might be magic, psychic powers, mutant abilities, or just a wide variety of intricate devices depending on the setting. Adepts are usually thoughtful, intelligent types. They often think carefully before acting and rely heavily on their supernatural abilities. Jay, do you often think carefully before you act in these games?
I think sometimes.
I say, weren't you the one who just, made things spontaneously combust most of the time?
I had a great time. Yeah, I made all those frogs explode. Oh, that was a great game. I really enjoyed that.
Okay, so as an adept, you get a starting stat pools of 7, 9, and 12, and you get 6 additional points. How did you balance your stats? Did you lean into the intellect? Did you balance out?
Yeah, so I've got 15 in intellect, 10 in pool, 10 in speed, and 9 in might. But this amazing app that you showed us adds all our extras on, so I don't know if there's extras in there.
Probably is. But that still seems quite balanced. That's slightly above average intelligence, but fairly good all round. Okay, cool. And we're going to ignore effort this episode. You can use as much effort as you like. This is a one-shot. Effort is, limiting on a long-term campaign, but in a one-shot we can go nuts. You get an intellect edge of 1. We'll explain edges in just a moment. You can bear 3 ciphers at a time. I think we'll carry on doing the potions for the tweet goals, sub goals, and follower goals. But what I think we'll do this week is your £10 donations will gift the players a cipher that they can use. And which abilities did you go for?
So I've got magic training. Trained in the basics of magic, can attempt to understand, identify properties of artifacts and ciphers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got ward. I have a shield of protective energy around me at all times and gain +1 armor.
Okay, so far I'm seeing the Invisible Woman.
Yeah, right?
No.
Practice in armor, so I could wear armor for long periods of time without tiring. Reduce speed costs for wearing armor by 1. Start the game with any armor that I like. Invisible armor, maybe. Is that a thing? Can I have invisible armor? I might be a floating head then. And my head's still visible.
I mean, you know, if the boot fits. I mean,
And practice with light and medium weapons, so I can use light and medium weapons without any penalty. If I use a heavy weapon, it increases the difficulty by 1 step.
okay. So next we come back round to Trendane playing Cameron, and you are playing an explorer, correct?
Yeah, sort of.
Of sorts.
Well,
So
I mean,
if
he just sits on the couch, he doesn't, he doesn't really explore very far.
I love the juxtaposition here. Like, you are a person of action and physical ability, fearlessly facing the unknown. You travel to strange, exotic, dangerous places and discover new things. This means you're physical, but also probably knowledgeable. And do you know what? I think the television delivers a lot of that. You know, you can relive a lot of those experiences through a screen. I do it every day for a living. Okay, but essentially the Explorer, if they did do stuff, would have some stat pools there. They start off very balanced with 10 in might, speed 9, and intellect 9. How have you leaned any way with that? I mean, because you don't even have to add them if you don't want to. It does say however you wish, so you don't have to even add them on if you don't want to.
Didn't remember any of that. You showed us a lovely little app that would generate a character, and I was like, do that thing, because I don't understand any of this. So
Awesome.
It wound up being an intellect pool of 9, speed pool of 12, and a might pool of 13.
Okay, so that's reasonably well balanced. Reasonably well balanced indeed. Effort we're ignoring. You have a might edge of 1. We'll explain edges in a moment when we get to the tutorial section. You can use tons of weapons. And you've got some special abilities. Which special abilities? We'll say you pick, but which special abilities did the generator give you?
Well, is that under the Explorer subsection or all of them?
Explorer. The
It's just-
Explorer subsection.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Because it says that he's practiced with light and medium weapons, which we just heard Jess explain. Extra edge, so he has a might edge of 1 and a speed edge of 1, which are above.
Very nice.
Endurance, any duration dealing with physical effects is doubled or halved, whichever is better for me. Yay. And then it goes into kind of, for example, stuff like I can run twice as far, poison affects me half as much, blah, blah, blah. Physical skills. I'm trained in 2 skills in which I'm not already trained. That's a very weird meta existence kind of description. It says choose 2 of the following: balancing, climbing, jumping, running, or swimming. Now, if he wants to take smoking and drinking, that will probably be the 2 things that are best.
I am more than happy for you to take smoking and drinking. They sound like endurance physical skills to me.
I know.
You know, like
Got to increase your lung capacity and everything. It just, anyway. His sister owns a dispensary, so but he has a prescription, so it's fine. Anyway, and he has no need for weapons, which, given what he can do, kind of fits, sort of.
Okay, fantastic. Perfect, that's brilliant. No need for weapons, great. So next around we come to Abby, or Serendipity. What is it that Serendipity is again? Can you remind us?
Oh, she is a speaker.
It sounds like we've got a good balance of heroes this week.
Yeah.
We have had weeks where we've had like all explorers. There was one week when Alex and another player picked nigh on exactly the same character descriptor, focus, and everything.
Yeah, they were basically mirrored. It was a bit weird because
But you made it work. You made it
at all.
work.
We were just like, here's the character. Oh, it's exactly the same.
That would make a really interesting game or role playing, though. Like, anyway.
So you're good with your words and good with people. You talk your way past challenges and out of jams, and you get people to do what you want.
Yes.
How have your pools ended up being balanced?
Oh, so when I heard that we had the 6 to spend, I figured, okay, I'll take a couple and put them into speed and might. Actually, no, I didn't put any into might because I had an idea that Serendipity wouldn't have to use might. Like, why would she have to carry stuff? She can just ask people to carry stuff. She doesn't need to be super strong, whatever.
Right, yeah.
Got an 11 speed, and I've got a total of 16 intellect that will be 18 if it's the total is the pool. I don't know if it's the pool is like your total for the skill or if it's the number on top.
So you should start the game with them being the same. One is your pool
perfect.
and one is your current value.
Well, then I've got 18 in intellect, though, because of my appealing descriptor.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Well, we'll get to that in just a moment. In fact, we'll be back around to you with the appealing descriptor in just a moment. But which skills did you take?
Let's see. I took fast talk.
Nice.
Break enemies, which is you can talk people into just forgetting something. Enthrall. I'm enthralling, and I can spin an identity really well.
Enthrall. That ability has tripped me up more than once, the Enthrall ability, as I have this amazing character who can do all these things, and then one of you cursed speakers comes along and starts speaking to them, and they're stuck.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just really persuasive.
Uh-huh.
Why would you not believe me? Why not? See, look at this face. Why would you not believe this face?
So, lastly, we come round to Lucas. Lucas, what is your type?
So Lucas is a combat-trained explorer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, combat-trained explorer.
I know.
So did you take more from the explorer pool, or from the combat flavor,
No,
or did you?
It's more from the combat side of things.
Why don't you talk us through it? I imagine you've got your
Okay.
character sheet right there, right?
I have indeed. So stats-wise, I've got 13 in might. I have
Mm-hmm.
a speed pool of 11 and a intellect pool of 10. So fairly well-rounded.
Yeah, quite well balanced, yeah.
Yeah. What have we got from the explorer? So I am practiced with all weapons. Literally everything. Everything and anything is a weapon to me.
Okay,
I
your microphone's gone again. Just
Oh,
it was going so well.
because I just moved slightly and that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah, it was going so well, so
I
well.
know. Is it properly gone?
We can still understand you.
Okay, all right. So I've got an extra edge, which gives me a might edge and a speed edge of 1. I have no need for weapons. So when I make an unarmed attack, I can choose whether it's considered a medium or light weapon. I have the ability Decipher, which I can spend 1 intellect point and spend a minute examining a piece of writing or code in a language I don't understand, and then make an intellect roll of difficulty 3 to get the gist of it or understand it. What else have I got? One more, which is Surging Confidence. When I use an action to make my first recovery roll of the day, I can immediately gain another action.
Oh, okay. Okay, so when you're feeling blue, you can pick yourself up, essentially.
Yep. Yep.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. Thank you very much, everyone. We've already smashed our 10 retweet goal, so we will be starting with a random potion. I will roll that out eventually, but what we'll do for now is we'll stay with Alex as we go back around. And Alex, please talk us through your descriptor.
My descriptor is Sharp-Eyed, which is on page 83. Therewith. There we go. So I'm perceptive and well aware of surroundings. I notice the finite details and remember them. I can be very difficult to surprise. So as Sharp-Eyed, I gain the following characteristics. So I'm trained with initiative. I am trained in all perception-related actions. And I have the passive ability of Find the Flaw, which means that if an opponent has a straightforward weakness, takes extra damage from fire, can't see out of its left eye, whatever it is, I automatically find that out.
My punny brain genuinely mistook that, and I thought you meant that they fall over a lot because they can always find the flaw. Genuinely, that's how I interpreted that until you corrected me.
Maybe that happens too.
Who knows? Who knows?
We'll find out.
Next around, Serendipity, what's your descriptor? You're muted. Still muted.
I didn't realize. I apologize.
You're okay.
So, Serendipity is very appealing. That's her descriptor. She's appealing. So you've got charismatic, which is a +2 to your intellect pool. I am trained in pleasant social interactions, and I have a resistance to charms. So anybody who is trying to manipulate me or charm me, you can see through that. Please stop. Just stop.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you're resistant to and very charming. And I can't see how that plays into the speaker type at all. I mean, who'd pick that option? Next around, Trent Dane. What's your descriptor?
Well, Cameron is pretty naive. He's just been on the couch, his whole life, never really committing to anything. So he's not really world experienced very much. As such, he is the various abilities are that he's fresh. He has a +1 to his recovery rolls, probably because he's always very well rested from sitting on the couch all the time. He's incorruptible, which I'm not sure that really. Okay, whatever. But that gives him some kind of training in intellect defense tasks. Okay, we'll see how that plays out. And he's wide-eyed. I can see that he's probably doing just a Keanu Reeves all the time. And he's trained in perception tasks. And here's the weird dichotomy for me is inability. Difficulty of any task that involves seeing through deceptions or determining someone's secret motive is increased by 1 step, but he's trained in perception tests. What the heck is going on there? Okay. What? So we'll see. Like I said, we'll find out.
I have a feeling that serendipity is immediately going to become one of your best friends.
How could she not?
I don't know why. I don't know what it is it's telling me. Last around we have Jay. Jay, what is your descriptor? You're muted. Or T-Mike, one or the other.
Both. I'm also naive.
Oh, okay. So you're
We
both
could be naive together.
very perceptive, but easily deceived. And
Yeah, but I planned ahead, and I already got up my focus when I realised that he had the same.
hey, so we'll just segue straight into it then. What is your focus?
Master's weaponry. So I've worked long and hard with one particular type of weapon: swords, axes, daggers, whips, or whatever I choose. Oh, whips! That sounds cool. Thus, I am a swordsman, or axe master, or mistress of knives, or whatever's appropriate to whatever weapon I choose. I might wear a symbol, which is a badge, or a pin, or a tattoo. Trained in lots of fighting, basically.
Fantastic.
Take care of my weapon like it was my own child.
This is my rifle. This is my gun.
Yes, exactly. See?
Got you. Fantastic. Next around then, we'll come straight to Trendane. Trendane, what's your focus?
Doesn't do much.
Doesn't do
Which-
much, and it's the same
I
for
think-
serendipity, right? So
Well, here's the problem, which I was trying to explain to you before. I'm not sure that that's the right thing to choose for this character.
but if you want to choose something else, you can.
Well, because the one that does make sense for what he can do also doesn't make sense for the character.
Well, can we
Because-
flavor one of them to make it more?
I don't know. I mean, originally, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Originally, I had picked Howl's the Moon. But
Okay.
that doesn't really seem to apply to... I mean, it does, but it doesn't. You'll learn more as you get to know Cameron. And I was like, well, but he's a slacker, so he doesn't do much. And then I'm like, okay, so what is he... If he was driven and committed to being the best, what would he be? And so it's just... I can't figure it out. But as it stands right now, as the slacker that he is, if that's what I'm going to wind up going with, because I can't figure it out, he's got life lessons where it says choose any 2 non-combat skills. I'm trained in both skills. I don't know if I'm supposed to pick them or if the next 2 things it lists are the 2 things that it chose for me, which are minor effect, natural roll of 19. Draw on experiences and reduce the difficulty of your next action by 1 step. And major effect, natural roll of 20. You get a free non-action recovery roll.
Okay.
I don't know if those are the two things it's talking about or not.
So those are the things that come with the thing. Howls of the Moon, from what we talked about in DM, if you wanted to go with that and flavour the hell out of it to make it fit, I would be very happy with that.
Then that's what it is.
Minor effect and major effect are what happens on crits and just below crits. You get crit effects on 19 and 20, one's minor, one's major. And really, they are exactly what they say they are on the tin. They're just suggestions. Often we end up powering them up massively because this is a one-shot. You probably won't play this character again for until there's a Cypher system campaign running or something. So we'll take those with a pinch of salt. We'll bear in mind what they are, but we'll probably end up powering them right up. And thank you very much, everyone, for the anniversary wishes. Me and Alice were together for 9 years yesterday, dating 9 years, and soon to be married 1.5 years. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I thank you.
So then, yes, it would be Howls at the Moon, but he just doesn't do much.
Yeah, that's totally fine. That is totally fine. Because, I mean, if you did do the things that are in the Howls of the Moon character sheet, I'm detecting a hint of secrecy, so we'll keep it behind a slight, curtain for now.
I say you can do them. You don't have to actually do them.
Yeah. But if you could do them, you probably would be inclined to sit around the house a fair amount and avoid notice.
Yes.
I would be. So next around then we'll come to Serendipity, who will take us through the doesn't do much card, right?
Yes. I am. I'm unmuted this time. I was just making sure.
Yep.
All right. So the unmuted card. Oh no! I just moved from what? Sorry, I don't have a regular mouse. I'm using the touchpad, and it's not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's something. If I was correct, you can choose 2 non-combat skills that you can now be trained in. Because I'm thinking kind of sit around, and if you don't do much, you have time to pick up weird hobbies. You know what I mean?
Card throwing.
Yep. Coin throwing, knitting. I was thinking of almost from Tangled, Rapunzel in the tower, just being I have painted all of my walls and I've read these books 200,000 times and there's literally nothing else to do, but I might as well just find something. And as soon as I find where this is at, I will tell you the rest.
So you're a slacker, you've had a number of jobs in your life, appreciate the little things, taking a few relaxing substances now and again, enjoy the rug that ties the whole room together, not a lot of stress, a little about a lot of different things.
And I like to imagine it that she doesn't really do a lot of things because she doesn't have to. She doesn't really have to get a job because she can just ask for money and somebody will give it to her. She can just go to the store and be like, oh, this is really, really nice. Can I have this? And they'll say yes because she's so... That's what people do, right? That's how things work.
That's how people
obviously.
get by. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Can we get Serendipity to talk to a couple of my bank managers? That'd be great.
Hit me up. I'll take care of you. You shouldn't really trust Abby with this.
No, you should barely trust Scrat. Last round, Lucas, what is your focus, friend?
So, Lucas's focus is fights dirty, which is. I was literally just looking at it. I found it. It's all right. I've got this. I'm prepared. Ish. So, one thing for certain, the only important element of a fight is who wins. How, why, these questions are inconsequential. So Lucas will do anything to win a fight. Some say that he has no honor, no class, or usually some other foolish statement, but they tend to lose. He's not adverse to biting, scratching, kicking, trips, pushing people downstairs, throwing dirt in their eyes, the general pleasant stuff.
Yeah. I think when I said earlier, it sounds a lot like, Punisher, Deadpool.
A little bit. Yeah. So, what does that give me? That gives me, it gives me an ability called Taking Advantage. When your foe's weakened, dazed, stunned, move down the damage track, whatever that means, or disadvantage in some other way, the difficulty of my attacks against them is decreased by 1 step.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's fun. I am also trained in all forms of deception because of it. I have a minor effect of I can make my foe trip and fall prone, and the major effect of I can entangle them or ensnare them with something. So not only do they just fall over, they also lose their next turn as well. So again, very combat orientated.
That's interesting as well. Liar, you are trained in all forms of deception.
I mean, no.
And you're amazing at it as well.
What could I say?
So, for this tutorial, the 4 of you are together. We're going to go through a quick tutorial. It's just going to be a series of rooms with a series of doors. To enter the dungeon, you will each need to go through the first door. The first door hangs slightly ajar. It's a broken wooden door. It doesn't look like it's able to be trapped. This is a difficulty 0 door. Would anyone like to do anything other than walk through it?
I don't think so.
Fantastic. On a difficulty 0 challenge, you can just do it. If you want to do anything particularly bizarre with it, I might get you to roll a d20, and if you get a nat 1, I'll intrude. Otherwise, difficulty 0 tasks, you can just do. And as we go through the different difficulty levels, essentially it's a matter of bartering to try and reduce difficulty levels down to both possible or, if possible, impossible not to complete. So your difficulty, the difficulty can go all the way up to 10. They only become possible once they get down to difficulty 6, because on a d20 you times it by 3 to get your score, and so a 6 is an 18. That's possible on a d20, but only just. So the lower down the difficulties you can make the challenge before you undertake it, the better. I would like each of you to roll me an initiative, as we see which doors you end up taking on. The higher the initiative, the easier the challenge. Boom. That's an initiative roll and a half.
I'll take that, especially compared to last week. Or the week before.
Jesus.
Okay, can you all re-roll, please? Because you've all tied. Okay, so Alex is going first.
Or is he?
Followed... Who tied with Alex? Hang on. Yep, Alex, then Abby, then Jay, then Cameron. So Cameron, you'll be getting the most difficult challenge. So the next door is a closed wooden door. Lucas, it looks like it's locked. This is a difficulty 2 door.
Okay.
How would you like to approach the door? You don't have to try and pick the lock. You can use your speed, your might, or your intellect in any way that you can possibly come up with to navigate this task. So it's not linear. If you see a locked door, you don't have to pick it. You can break through it. You can try and pick it, which would be a speed task, or you can try and think of another way around it. For example, knocking.
Yeah, no, that's knocking. Lucas is going to knock all right with his size 12 boots.
Okay. So it's currently difficulty 2.
Yeah.
If you would like to spend some effort to reduce it down, or if are you trained in breaking things, maybe?
I don't believe I am, which is a little surprising. Although, I don't need weapons though, so my feet are weapons.
It's tenuous. I'm not going to give it to you, especially as it's only difficulty 2.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So, you can reduce, this is a might skill, you can reduce the difficulty by 1 by spending effort. So on our character sheets at the minute, you would roll the might dice, which is over on the left, and you will see the might die there. If you click that, it will bring up a pop-up box, and then if you could select difficulty 2.
Yes.
Now you have the choice of spending effort. If you have a might edge, then
effort will cost you 1 less point. Why do we want effort to cost 1 less? It costs 3 points from your pool, whichever pool you are rolling, to reduce the difficulty. We want these to cost as little as possible because your might pool, your speed pool, and your intellect pool also make up your health. If your might drops to 0, you go down the damage track. If your speed drops to 0, you go down the damage track. And similarly, if your intellect goes down to 0, you go down the damage track, which means you can become slowed, incapacitated, and then dead. So, Lucas, would you like to spend any effort?
Oh, yes. So I will only spend the 1 effort.
Okay.
And I pass.
You rolled an 8. An 8 beats a difficulty 2. You can see it's worked out your cost for you. At the bottom there, it's applied your intellect, so you only need to reduce your might pool by 2 points.
Yep, done.
Fantastic. Lucas boots down the first door. You are into the second room. Next, serendipity. You can see this room. It's a metallic door. Just throwing my pen around. It's a metallic door, which is barred from the other side. There's no handle or device on this side at all. No hinges or anything. This is a difficulty 4 door.
All right. So there's no way I can really talk to a door because doors are inanimate objects.
But you can.
I can, but it's not going to do me any good. I know this because I have a lot of intellect. So is there any way I can use my intellect skill to try to think of a way that possibly to unlock it from this side or to get through or something?
This would be known as a preparation task. Because we're in a tutorial, I'm going to give it to you for free. Normally this would cost you a turn. So in Cypher system, you can only do 1 thing per turn. Be that move, be that do an action, be that whatever. But because we're in a tutorial, this is a good example. So we'll do it for free. You can take a turn to prepare, to create an asset for your task. So why don't we do that? Let's spend a thinking round. Roll me an intellect, select difficulty 0, and we'll scale the information you get depending on how high you roll. If you'd like to spend any effort,
is this an intellect skill or is this just a plain intellect roll?
Are you trained in anything that you think is appropriate?
As of right now, I don't think so, unless pleasant social encounters count. But I don't think it does.
Not so much, not so much. So, over on the left, next to the intellect pool, you can see that badly depicted D20. That's the one you want.
Gotcha. And you said difficulty 0, correct?
Difficulty 0. This is it's a scaling check, so we don't have a difficulty to beat. It will just tell us how well we've done.
All right, I got a 7.
Okay, 7. So it's not the best roll, but you can maybe sometimes there might be like guards on this sort of door. If you look around the room, you can't see any hinges or devices, but people wouldn't just leave this sort of door unobserved. There's no camera or anything. There's nothing on this side, so there must be someone on the other side of the door, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to knock. Hello. Oh, Lily. No, that's not really something.
There is a rabid dog on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
There's someone. Who goes there?
Oh, I was just trying to get through. Would you mind opening the door for me? And let's see. I don't know if I want to use. Let's see if an enthrall will do what I want. As long as you do nothing but speak, other creature takes no action other than defend itself. No, that's not what
I have a feeling fast talk might be more what you're looking for.
I'm feeling fast talk as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to. I just really need to get through. I really need to get through this door. You see, my relative is really, really sick, and I really need to go get something. And please, I know this isn't what you usually are allowed to do, but I really need to get through this door.
Okay, so let's just have a quick look at the fast talk and make sure we use it properly. So you convince us to take one reasonable action in the next round. A reasonable action must be agreed upon by the DM. Well, there's someone in trouble.
Yes, my relative, my aunt, I need to go help her. She gave me a call and she said something, and she said she was on the other side of this door a little bit further off. I don't know in what situation this is in.
All right, yeah, no, I can do that for you, yeah. And they'll lift the hatch. You'll need to take 1 point off of your intellect pool, as the fast talk costs 1 intellect. But before we do that, do you have an intellect edge?
Yes, I do.
Then this is free. The person removes the bar from the door, because the edge reduces any cost in that pool to be reduced by 1. They remove the bar and open the door for you. The 3 of you are through to the next room.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, you're welcome. Actually, I think I've left the oven on, and they exit the dungeon. Jay! This next door has lasers going across it. There is a camera above it that scans back and forth, and there is a keypad on the right. There is nothing about the door. It looks like a sort of sliding, sort of like maybe blast door or something like that. This is a difficulty 6 door.
Can I hit the keypad with a sword? No, an axe. On an axe. Which one counts as a medium? Can I use a medium-sized axe?
Yeah, I don't see why you can't see. That'd be like a woodcutter's axe, I guess. Yeah.
It's because I'm practiced in light and medium weapons. That disadvantages me to use heavy ones. So.
I mean, we can. I'm sure there are weapons in this book somewhere. We can have a quick look if you like. Make sure we're doing it by the book.
Yeah. I'm like.
Hundreds.
I want an axe, but I'm still a girl. I need a girly axe. Heaviest it can be before it becomes heavy.
As heavy as it can be before it becomes heavy.
Yeah.
That is the sort of
Instead of a
specification.
battle axe, it's like a mild skirmish axe.
Yeah,
A lover's tiff axe.
a pink one.
Do you know what? I can't find it. Hell, why not? Yeah, you can specifically have a medium-sized pink skirmish axe.
Thanks. I'm trained in perception tasks. Can that help me?
I don't think it's gonna. If you're deciding to bash in the keypad, I don't think that's gonna particularly. If you were trying to work out which buttons had been pressed on the keypad to make an intellect roll to override the keypad, I'd give it to you. But just hitting it with an axe.
I'd be very good at that. Yeah, I don't think I'd be very good at that. I think I'd fail at trying to do that.
If you would like to try and bash your way through the keypad on the door, it will be a difficulty 4 bash.
Yeah, why not? I'll
Difficulty
show
6,
everybody
sorry,
why you
difficulty
should
6
do
bash.
anything that I do. You what, mate?
Difficulty 6, sorry. I slipped. Slip of the tongue.
Oh, got my hopes up.
I know.
I'm practiced with weapons. Does that help?
That would give you training, so that would reduce the difficulty by 1 to difficulty 5.
Woo!
Would you like to spend any effort?
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Hang on a minute, just got to ask a question quick. I'm trained in the basics of magic. What magic would that be? What's
means you can
basics of magic?
understand things, so you can understand how these lasers and camera work, probably, or you'd find it easier to understand how they work.
Cool.
Would you like to do that first to see if hitting the keypad will open the door?
I feel I probably should, really, shouldn't I?
That would also be a difficulty 5 check using your magic training.
Although my instinct just wants me to hit it, I should probably do that. Would you say, Alex?
Axe hacking.
Is that intellect I'm doing?
It would be an intellect roll, yes.
That's what my character's hair's like, by the way. Just like this.
Beautiful.
Difficulty 5. Challenging. I'm going to use it. Can I use 1 effort in that?
Of course you can. You can use more than 1. We're not using effort in this game, remember? It's just a one-shot. So if you want to burn all of your intellect pool in this first roll, you can. I won't stop you.
Oh yeah, we go back to normal after this as well, don't we?
This is a tutorial, yes. After the tutorial,
So-
we'll all go back to normal.
I'm going to use 3 effort, which leaves me with... No, I'm not. I'm going to use 2, because that leaves me with 3 left, and then I die.
Otherwise, you'd be dead.
Okay.
At least you'd be through the
She
door.
concentrated so hard to work out
I
how.
still fucking failed.
So essentially, you don't know. This was a setup task, right? So you don't know if this will beat the door or not.
I'm hitting it with the axe.
Hit it with the axe. Difficulty 6 might test. Difficulty 5 because you're trained with weapons.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put 2 effort in because that
Has
still
anyone
leaves me
rolled
on
above a
3.
10 yet on anything except for initiative? Brilliant. So essentially, Cameron, you see Jess go up to this thing, look at it for a second, and then wail on it with the axe. Cameron, Jess has turned this door from a difficulty 6 door into a difficulty 8 door, as there is now no control panel to access it. How would Cameron like to go about this task?
Well, like, is there a snack tray or a fridge or something nearby?
Well, I mean, there's got to be some sort of treasure at the end of this dungeon, right?
No, I mean like on this side.
It's the plainest, clear walls with doors dungeon you can possibly imagine. It's like the
Can I have
Metal Gear
snacks on
Solid
me?
tutorial mode.
Oh no! Wait! I got a better idea. What the control panel? She just whacked with the thing. Is there like a piece of metal that fell off of it or something?
Yeah, there can be. I can give that to you as an asset.
Okay, cool. Cause it's like shiny and stuff, and I'm gonna like use it to reflect the laser beam at the other door and just. Oh, sorry. What?
Perfect. I personally value roleplay over gameplay, so I call that dungeon complete, as you did not complete it, and we reset your scores. We're going to go into the scenario now. Essentially, what I would like us to do is to describe a typical day, maybe not day, maybe an afternoon or a couple of hours, which would end up with your character either in a bank or in a park right next to the bank. Open floor, you may choose which order you go in. I won't put anyone on the spot.
I'll take that
We
one.
all have to be in the same place.
By the end.
So, typical day for Lucas will be waking up in his apartment horrendously hungover after drinking way too much alcohol. But it's pain relief, because the night before he got into a bar fight, or rather he tried to break up a bar fight, actually causing more collateral damage. So he got battered. So he wakes up horrendously hungover. He goes to a local cafe to get some breakfast, except it was actually like mid-afternoon by that point. He then stumbles back home and picks up his car keys, jumps in his old like 70s hot rod, which has seen way better days, and begins cruising around town looking for trouble.
Okay, so you just start cruising around town, and of course, trouble often happens to banks, so that's a good place to be. Maybe on your travels, you do see a woman crying after a man running away. My purse! My purse! He took my purse!
Well, there's only one thing to do with that. So I would assume that he would be running along the path, along the sidewalk. So Lucas would just suddenly accelerate up and then stop just in front of the man and open the car door.
He tries to just avoid you, like does the athletic, like, sort of, the football field shuffle,
yeah.
and they're gonna try and go around you.
Okay. Well, immediately getting out of the car, I think he'd probably take the keys, and Lucas would then begin to chase him, I think. Try and
Okay.
run him down.
Why don't you make me a speed check? This is a simple mugger, so they're only difficulty 2. This is a low threat criminal.
Okay. Difficulty 2. Would I like to spend some effort in my speed pool? Probably not. Although, I do have an edge. Yeah, alright. We'll give that a go. Haha!
Hey! So, reduce your speed pool by 2, and you can catch the simple mugger. You grab the bag in their hands, and you've got that sort of like tug of war moment. They're like, "Hey man, let go! I need this! I need this!"
Okay. With maximum effort, Lucas is just going to undo the strap on the purse. So he gets the strap and then the purse is now in Lucas's possession. Okay. No.
When
No.
it snaps, he just takes one look at it and like flings it down and just runs away. You may try to catch them again if you wish, or you can return the purse. It's
No, this is first offense. I'll let him off. Next time I'll run him over. Okay.
The stream cat is back.
Yes, of course we're streaming, so the cat's involved.
so as you return to this woman, oh, thank you.
Here you are, ma'am.
Yeah, and
Handing it over.
she digs into the purse and she's like, "Look, I don't have much, but here's $5. Thank you."
No. I insist. It's fine.
And she's like,
The strap
"Don't be
purse.
silly. You have to be
No.
rewarded for this sort of behavior." And she
There
like
are no
hits you with the
rewards for
$5.
fighting crime. You keep it. You keep it.
Crime fighting
Really
doesn't
bad.
pay, but crime fighting does. And she's like trying to stuff it in your pocket.
I don't take bribes, man.
And she's like, "Thank you," and walks away happy. She's what I'd like to call a pepper pot. She's got one of the big hats. She holds the purse like this.
Okay. So
I don't know
will
where we
then-
are, by the way. The criminal sounded American, but she sounded quite English.
I've travelled a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lucas would then just head back to the car, and then continue cruising around.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
Oh well.
Okay.
Jess is at the park. She is practicing to keep up her proficiency in weapons.
So you're doing like the Central Park
Yeah,
Thing.
totally.
with swords and stuff.
Scaring all the little kids.
Yep.
Every time they run screaming, I'm like, it's alright.
And do you do this often?
Yeah, a couple of times a week.
A couple of times a week. That's dedicating. Okay.
You got to keep your proficiency up.
Yeah, of course you have, of course. As you are doing this, you see someone playing with their dog. They're playing with a frisbee. They're throwing the frisbee, and the dog's retrieving it. However, one time when they throw the frisbee, it goes a little too far, and a small toddler picks up the frisbee, and you can see the dog bounding towards it.
I guess I can't just watch.
Well, I mean, you can. That's an option. I'm just figuring out what kind of person you are.
How far away are they?
The toddlers, they've been trying to throw the frisbee away from you, and this is clearly a bad throw. It's landed maybe 30 feet from you.
Can I get to the toddler before the dog?
Well, it'd probably be around a difficulty 2 speed check to beat the dog to the toddler.
I'll give it a go. I'll find out.
Please don't use the axe.
I was going to say, alternatively, you could hurl the axe at the dog.
I was about to
That
say
wasn't
I
so-
think
child.
you could
Or the
turn.
child.
Or the whip. I got a whip as well.
Ah.
Just whip the dog.
Just blood all over her and the toddler. Sorry.
I succeeded. Okay,
So-
so
You can get across to the toddler.
yeah, but I'm gonna go really slowly
Bludgeon the child
Like,
and then give
annoyed
the frisbee to the
at it.
dog.
as we get there, and then just kind of pick the kid up just before the dog gets there. take the frisbee off the probably crying child.
And this
Not
Alsatian,
yours.
the Alsatian sort of like jumps at first, but then like sits.
I'm gonna throw the frisbee for the dog because it's cute.
Throw the kid and the frisbee.
And you're right, the child is crying. It's not used to being picked up by strangers.
No, I'll give the kid back to its mum and tell her to keep an eye on her child more.
The mum was running across. She's like, "Oh, thank you. I didn't realise they'd run so far."
Mm-hmm.
Because you are a terrible parent.
Just kind of like dragging my axe. Just like, yeah, sure.
Okay, and across the way you can see you notice as you turn around a grey sedan pull up in front of the bank in one of the parking bays across. You didn't think there were parking bays across from the bank, but they've parked anyway on the side of the road. And you see a group of people carrying like sports bags getting out of the car. Who would like to go next?
I can do that.
Yes. Okay. I'll go last.
Okay.
So Cameron, like I mentioned earlier, his sister owns a dispensary, and every now and again, she asks him, "Hey, would you take this money down the street to the bank and drop it off?" I mean, the people at the bank know him; they know that he works for his sister, and occasionally he brings the day's profits and whatnot. The problem is that today she didn't have her normal bag, so he happens to be carrying a bag that looks exactly like the sports bags that the guys who just went into the bank are carrying.
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah, he's just kind of shuffling along. Happens to fall in right with in line with them, and he's just going and doing his things, not really paying attention to much of anything, just taking money into the bank.
So when you get in, like you said, the staff recognize you, and one of the floor attendants comes across and goes, Mr. Leon. Actually, we would quite like to speak to your sister. Is she with you?
No, she's back at the shop. She's working really hard today. We had a whole new line of stuff, come in, and
Yes. Well, perhaps we could just have a moment in the office. I'd just like to maybe bring you up to speed. I'm worried that perhaps your sister.
I don't do speed. What?
No. I'd like to bring you up. I'd like to get you in the loop to give you some information that could be confidential.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And it leads you through into an office room, and he's just like, please put your things down. That's fine. It would seem that your sister's business is starting to is having some problems. I can't talk about the details, but I can request that you get her to come in and see us. We believe she's trying to avoid us, and really you should talk about these things. It's the best way to find amenable results for all parties. Mr. Leon?
Okay. Yeah.
Would that be okay with you? I didn't want to discuss it on the floor, just in case, someone overheard. I understand there's a degree of confidentiality even to this.
Okay.
Were you aware of your sister having any business problems?
No, it looks fine. There's
Yes.
people going in and out right there.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Well, if you could pass on the message for me, Mr. Leon, that would be very,
Sure,
very
yeah.
much appreciated.
Yeah.
Obviously, your sister is the manager, so I really can't discuss any more of the details with you. But I would appreciate it if you tried to get her to get in contact with us. We're here to help her,
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, now you have an
Right.
absolutely fantastic day, Mr. Leon.
Yeah.
I'll sort out your deposit for you. Do you have the paperwork with the deposit there? Is it in the bag?
Yeah, the bag. It's on the floor.
Well, you can just leave that. That's absolutely fine. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, because I'm getting kind of, hungry. Do you have like any snacks or anything?
As it happens, we have some biscuits next to the tea machine. If you would like to help yourself to some biscuits and coffee, you have technically had a meeting with us today, after all. There's certain perks.
Right. Yeah. Very perky. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks very much. Yeah. And he just
Please,
sort of-
my friends call me Quentin.
Clinton.
Quentin.
Quentin. Oh yeah, I knew another guy. Yeah.
Yeah, like the author, Quentin Blake. You know the one? Yeah?
I don't know Blake.
Okay. No, not a Blake. I mean Quentin. Yes, I'm Quentin. It's been a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Leon.
Yeah, you too, man. Anytime, And she Heather would say, just come by the store anytime. She got some free samples and stuff. Maybe it'll help you just, chill a bit with all the details you're having trouble with on floor.
Oh no, I try not to touch the stuff unless I have a big sale to do. But I'm usually okay. I'm pretty chill, as the kids say.
You sit by the tea machine thing.
Tea machine, yeah, biscuits over there. Please do help
Okay,
yourself.
thanks, you're
Help
right.
your-
And I heads out the door.
As you head out the door, you see 4 men walking in with sports bags that look a lot like your sports bag, and they are putting on masks as they enter the building. These are clown masks that they are putting on.
Hey, Clinton, you got a circus thing? It's like Halloween circus or something?
And we will pan across to Serendipity's Day.
I'm gonna have to remember to mute myself because there were just random sparks of like, peh, 'cause I was laughing.
It's the aim of the game.
All right. So I imagine that Serendipity is also known as Sarah, is kind of just casually walking around, stopped by like a coffee shop, got her daily free coffee and like nice muffin. It's just kind of like going around, looking at everything, like walking into traffic, and the traffic's like stopping for her, but she has no idea. Just, random.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah. She's totally oblivious. She's just like, it's such a nice day. And I'm guessing she probably, I'm guessing she actually sees the man run past her that was stealing the purse. But seeing that this guy has it taken care of, she's like, oh, well, it seems like, yeah, it's good. That poor woman. And she walks and is kind of muttering to herself as she's kind of walking on the same sidewalk as this bank is at.
Does Serendipity have a purse?
Yeah, of course she has a purse.
Excellent. Then another mechanic which we didn't discuss in the tutorial is the GM intrusion. I can offer you at any point 2 XP, one for yourself and one for another party member, to intrude on your story. And I would like to offer that to you now.
Oh yes, please, intrude. I am all for this.
Excellent. You have 1 XP and you may gift 1 XP to someone else. The person, having not managed to steal that purse, sees your purse and tries to grab that instead.
I pull the purse away and immediately... How rude! Why would you try to take my purse?
Look,
This is not your property. Why would you try to take my property?
He pulls a knife and is like, I'm taking the purse, just hand it over.
No, you're not. Why do you have a knife? And she's going to roll, or I'm going to roll a, oh my goodness. I think this would actually be, no, yeah, I'm going to roll an enthrall.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I don't have to roll an enthrall. I'm just going to put the info.
Yeah. So they are stuck. They can't move or anything.
So I'm just standing on the sidewalk, like berating, shaming this guy. I know the times are tough, but that is no excuse stealing. You can't just go up and threaten people with knives. Do you know how dangerous those things are? You could seriously hurt somebody. And then I saw you try to take that nice young lady's purse. Shame on you. What would your mother think of such behavior? I can't believe you would try to do this. And she's like, her eyes are watering up a little bit. It's just, I know that deep down you're a good person, but I just hate to see you stoop this low to try to steal things.
And the guy's just standing there agape, holding the knife.
Now put that knife away and go about your day. No more stealing.
And you've been doing this for, this has been quite the monologue. A crowd sort of formed. So with the pressure of the crowd, he sort of like nervously puts the knife back in his jacket and
Shoo, let's go, go. Live a better life, go. Like, shoulder the purse more securely and continue walking.
As you walk past the bank house, you hear, first of all, a lackadaisical voice say, "Hey, Conan, have you got a circus coming in?" And followed quickly by the cry, "Everybody freeze! This is a raid!" And gunfire into the air.
Serendipity in her mind, she heard circus. You got a circus in here. A raid could be anything. A raid could be like circus related, and of course those weren't gunshots. It was probably something with circus, because circuses have a lot of like noise. So a circus? I didn't know they had circuses and banks. She just walks in expecting a circus.
Okay, so from now on, anytime that any of you would like to get involved, there will be an alarm pressed soon if you would like to wait for that cue. Otherwise, you can get involved at any time. As you walk in, Sarah, I would like to offer you another intrusion.
Ooh, yeah, go for it.
You get an XP. That is 2 XP now. Oh, XP. What can you use XP for? You can spend 1 XP to re-roll a dice roll. You can use 2 XP to have a player intrusion.
Nice.
So you can intrude on me at any time.
Player intrusions are good.
As you walk in through the door, this person is going to grab you and throw you to the ground, saying, "Don't move!" And start pulling the door guards in as well. And they're gonna
part of the circus?
The intrusion is your hands will be cable tied.
Oh, is this magic? Is this part of the magic trick?
Cameron, of course, you're already in the bank.
Have they? I mean, if they're grabbing her, have they already started to secure the rest of us?
Oh yeah. They're getting you all to get down.
Okay.
Get down! Get down! Like with an Uzi pointed at you.
Yeah. And Cameron's starting to get that. Keeps looking over at the T machine, and looks back at this. But he is doing as he's told. He's getting down on the ground. He's like, "Hey, man, you shouldn't hold your gun sideways, because when you squeeze it, it's gonna go like right, in your face. You're gonna wind up breaking your
Shut up! Get down!
your sputum, I think it's called, right there."
He's not going to try and move it on you, but he is like he even like corrects his gun stance a little bit and says, "Get down!"
Yeah. See, if you just play the Xbox more, you learn. Okay, want me on the ground over here, or did you get the bag? Because you all got the same bag I do, and just like, did you get it like Sport Authority, or was it like something else?
This is almost certainly the gunshots that Sarah heard before they came into the shop, because they fire above your head.
I'm getting down. God, you look. My sister has got some special like sampler packs over there to just help you relax and chill, man. Fuck.
Now, Sarah, who would you like to gift your 2 XP to? You can gift them separately.
Yep, I'm definitely going to gift one to Tren, because he's making me laugh, and I have to mute myself. An Alex dress. Eeny, meeny, mo. So if you some go, eeny, meeny, money, mo. Alex, get it. Lucas, you got an XP.
Lucas
Sorry, Jess.
gets an XP. I'm going to give Cameron an intrusion as well, if you are happy with that. I would like to cable tie your hands also.
Yes. Right.
So you get another XP, so you now have 2, and you may gift another XP.
All right. Well, let's balance things out. Just because, and who doesn't have one right now?
Jay.
Yeah, just Jay, I think.
Yeah. Give one to Jay.
And I didn't kill the child or the dog.
It
I'm
was.
so proud of you.
I mean,
Thank you.
not doing those things doesn't automatically. Anyway, we'll talk about morals and ethics another time.
Okay. So cable tied hands.
Cable tied hands. From the park, Jess, I would imagine you would hear the gunshots. Lucas, as you're driving around, it's up to you whether you hear things and get involved earlier or whether you wait until the alarm. It's entirely up to you.
I think I'm gonna wait. Make a grand entrance.
Wait and make a grand entrance. Fair. Okay, so you're cable tied. Jess, you will probably hear the gunshots. It's up to you if you get involved. And they start going along the windows, being like, "Keep your hands where I can see them. Do not put them below the desk." And 2 of the others are going into the back area.
I'm gonna
whispered
kind of
to
wander
whoever's-
over.
Sorry,
I was about
Double
to say, I'm gonna whisper.
you go.
Oh, I'm just gonna whisper to whoever's next to me. This is really exciting. I've never been to a circus like this. Do they usually do magic tricks?
It's not Quentin. Quentin's in the office. It's another bank person. They're like, "This isn't a circus. They're robbing the bank."
They're robbing the bank?
They're
Well,
robbing
that's
the-
not very nice.
You over there! Shut up! Get down!
How rude. Fine.
And there's one person who's basically cycling between Cameron and Serendipity. Everyone else is kind of staying down, like occasionally having to have the gun pointed at them, but they're mostly focusing on crowd controlling you. And you can, for free, I'll let you see that they're kind of calculating whether they need an extra person on crowd control today. The 2 people are running out the back. The other one, they've gone to the side door and they're getting the staff out of behind the thing, and they are getting them onto the main floor with everyone else, cable tying their hands also. However, one of them does press the alarm on the way out, and you see anger flush across the person's eyes for just a moment.
Jess, you said you were on your way, right?
Yeah, just is kind of sauntering over, kind of nonplussed.
That's
Got her
kind of
accent,
loud.
that's cool.
Can you do that now?
Yeah, the alarm now is blaring. Lucas, you hear the bank alarm go off. Have you got like something in your car, maybe like a
I was
police?
going to say there's a police scanner.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll put that straight up, and chances are I'll get there before they do. Mainly because traffic isn't an issue.
Cool.
You've got to reverse
yeah.
commute on your patrol.
Yeah.
And as the alarm goes, you'll hear another gunshot as they shoot this clerk in the leg, and then throw them onto the ground with the rest of everyone else.
Unacceptable.
Clinton, your circus sucks.
Can Sarah hear this?
Probably.
You're right. I came here for fun circus stuff, and this is what I get.
The guy on the car controls just like, "This isn't a circus!"
Why are you all clowns?
Jess is just gonna go in and sit down next to Sarah.
Oh,
Be like,
hi.
"Hi."
Why haven't your hands tied?
So there would be someone at the door who tries to stop you.
It's not very nice.
They're not wearing a uniform or anything. They're just wearing a mask, and they just say "bank's closed."
That's gonna work, yeah.
I'm just gonna turn around and walk off then.
The alarm's going. Person in a
I'm
mask.
oh, okay. I'm naive. I'm just like, oh, okay then.
If you would like to make a check to see if you can work it out, it would be one step harder, but you could do the check if you don't want to assume. It's up to you.
My credit union has used car sales at their thing once a summer, and they send out little fake keys that you can open up and possibly win a Mercedes. Maybe this bank just puts on fake robberies to try to get business drummed up. Who knows?
You never know. That is possible.
It's up to you. You don't have to. You can just take it. He says bank's closed and you walk away. That's fine.
I'll run a check.
Okay.
How do I do that?
It would be an intellect check versus, this is a very easy check. I mean, anyone else on the planet would, you know, see alarms, see a masked person with a gun, says bank's closed. So, it would normally be difficulty 1. For you today, being naive as you are, it would be difficulty 2.
Yeah. Is that an intellect roll, did you say?
That's an intellect roll, yes.
That's the best I've heard. But she's still going to walk off. She's going to be like, okay.
Yeah, so on a 4, I'll say you've, the bank's being robbed. Even Jess has figured this out as you walk away.
She's doing well today. Yeah, she's going to walk off. Only kind of like round the side, just so they think she's leaving. She's not actually leaving.
From the back room, you hear a gunshot. And after a short while,
Sobbing?
No, you hear a gunshot, and then one of the men comes through with 2 bags, which are full of money, and throws them out onto the floor and says, "Pass all your bags this way." And you hear one of them go, "Where's the other guy? He wasn't needed anymore."
Oh. That's not nice. Is there like a back entrance? Oh, they'll probably be there, won't they?
Yeah.
Does Lucas come up yet? Can I walk into his car or something?
I was going to say, yeah, I think at this point Lucas would probably arrive, abandon the car on like half on the road and then half on the pavement. As he gets out, leans into the back seat and pulls out a tactical vest.
I'm just gonna walk up to you, still dragging my axe, and be like, "I think they're robbing the bank."
Who are you?
Not a bank robber.
Good. This will be helpful. So walking around the back of the car and popping the trunk, and it is literally like just filled with guns and other things that are even.
Are they
more
like
more
neatly?
guns.
I need to know. Are they like neatly spaced out in foam,
No.
or is it just like a pile of guns?
Just
Pretty
throw
much.
it in.
So if you've seen Supernatural, it's like that. So you pop the truck and there's just stuff. So like tire irons, move them out the way, a spare tire under that. So weapons of choice for right now, a couple of grenades, 2 double-barreled sawn-off shotguns either side, and I don't know, a Desert Eagle. Why not? So all of those holstered, and then I'm just going to march up to the door, and then let myself in with my boot.
Do you see the same person come forward and he says, "Bank's closed."
I'm going to
Jesus.
treat it like a door.
I'm gonna be behind him, but a couple of paces back.
So he will get the boot to the chest.
Well, actually, he begins to run as you boot. So, if you would like to hit him, I'll need a speed check rather than a might check.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
It's gonna be difficulty 3 this time. This is only a harder person to challenge.
They are moving. Like.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, I'm not going to boot him. I'm not. So as this guy goes, "Bakes, oh, hang on," Lucas will just go, "It's all right. I'm with you."
Ooh, I would like you to make me a convince or persuasion roll. This would be.
Oh, I'm trained in deception. Oh
You
dear.
are, aren't you? Make it difficulty 2.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
So it was difficulty 3, but with your training, difficulty 2.
Yep. Lovely. Come on. Trained. There we go. Diff 2. Let's spend some effort just to make sure they do let me in. So I'll spend the 1.
That is a success. As you sort of open the banks, Chloe, you say, "I'm with you. I didn't realize we had backup on this job. Where's your mask?"
I don't need a mask. I'm the bullet magnet.
Just as like,
Stand aside. I've got the door.
just behind him, but she kind of lifts her foot up to walk forward and just does like a 180 and just walks back the other way.
Does she believe him? That he's with them?
She might, yeah. Okay.
Get an axe in the back, aren't I?
So he actually says, "Good, actually, good. I could see the other guy needed a bit of help on crowd control. I'm gonna get on crowd control. You got the door. You got the door." And runs in to come and help the other guy who is still training guns on Sarah and Cameron. Now the right way up.
Dude, Cameron is laying there and he still keeps looking towards the tea machine and then the biscuits that are over there. He's like, "Hey man, can I just I just wanted to drop off the bag because I had a bag like it was a lot like your bag, but the guy, Bill Clinton in there said that I could go and get like some biscuits. Can I just scoop?"
Wait a minute. There's someone in the office. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm telling you, I want a biscuit. You're like over by the tea machine.
Stay down, stay down. The other guy joins him. Watch this one. He's got a lip on him.
It's not really good.
I know, and I've had them before. They're like the Danish cookies that your grandmother turns into a sewing kit all the time. They're
Really?
like those, yeah, with the huge chunks of sugar on it. They're so good. But this guy's being a dick and won't let me go get the best. I just wanted just 5 or 12 of them, and not a big deal.
But see, I came here and I expected a circus. I heard circus.
They're
And
dressed as
instead-
clowns.
These douchebags. I don't like them. I don't like them at all.
I don't know.
This is ridiculous, honestly.
Okay, so several things happen. First of all, the guy comes back into the room from the back with a few more bags on them, and drops them down. He says, "There's just one more. I'll be right back." And as he turns, one of the person that was moving people onto the shop floor, shoots him in the back, and steps over his body to go and grab the last bag and bring it into the main hall.
I whisper, "Oh, this is getting interesting.
It's like some weird Cirque du Soleil shit in here, man.
Maybe it really is a circus. You know those like modern performance? It's like performance art. Maybe that's what it is."
Is this like a flash mob? Because you're playing like a guy who's like a second-rate dick, but that guy,
Yeah, he just shot him in the back.
And the squid, is that what they're called? The little blood bag thing is squid.
Yeah, no, I've heard.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
other
yes.
thing that happens
Yes.
is, as the person that was watching you, Cameron, you alerted him to the fact that there's someone in the office. He goes to open the office door, and as he does, you hear a shotgun fire, and he flies backwards across the room, hitting the wall. As Quentin steps out with a shotgun, like, "Do you know whose bank this is?"
Oh, I do. I know whose bank this is.
And Quentin starts walking forwards and just taking shots at these people, despite there being a room full of civilians. And Lucas, you will also see this.
Okay, your circus doesn't suck as much as I thought it did, man. It's actually it's really loud, though.
But this is really cool. Look at him, he's badass.
Okay, so other than the bank manager with the shotgun, who else have we got going on right now?
There's the one person. There's two people. Well, one just got shot. They're burbling
The
on the
other
floor.
one's in the back room.
There's one in the back room picking up the last bag, just coming back out.
Perfect.
And there's one on crowd control, and the one on crowd control turns and tries to return fire at Quentin, the bank manager.
Okay, he's getting a deagle. Quick as a flash.
This isn't just a doorman. This is someone who is trained on crowd control and gun control. This is going to be a difficulty 4 shot. As they have cover, it will be increased to difficulty 5.
Is he really trained in crowd control though? Because he's not doing a very good job.
He's not used to. He's usually used to just having to point the gun at someone and they shut up. This is kind of
Amateur.
No, I'll take it. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Oh, 5 though. I assume because it's sort of a quick draw, it's going to be speed. Yeah, speed.
Yeah, it'll be speed.
Speed difficulty 5. I would like to spend 2 effort, please.
Of course you can.
I am trained in firearms. I'm just saying.
That would reduce the difficulty by 1.
Which would make it 4. Spend 2 effort. I do have a speed edge, so I'm only losing 4 points here.
Yeah, yep. That's a success.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
What are you shooting for here? Maim or kill? Good guy or Punisher? Good guy or Punisher?
No, just kill.
Punisher. Okay. So this guy's forehead blooms like a rose as blood comes from it, and he falls to the ground. I would like to impose a intrusion on all of you at this point.
Yeah, done.
Everyone gets an XP as a bus crushes through the back wall.
Waiting for that.
Oh, really? You've recognized my source material? No way!
As soon as the first guy got shot, he wasn't needing him. I'm like, got it. I know this.
And the guy on crowd control, the guy at the back, starts chucking the bags on, and they are jumping onto the bus. This is a sort of 2-part intrusion. As they jump on the bus, they've also chucked a couple of grenades around the room. Not your standard grenades. They look like smoke or tear gas. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Round to the driver.
Yeah. So my instinctive reaction is going to be to pull the pair of cutters off my belt and begin cutting everyone's cable ties.
Cutting everyone's cable ties?
I'm going to put the gun away first.
First,
people. Safety first.
Okay, so you...
I cut your bindings! Okay.
Who knows? Lucas could be better at crowd control than anyone else.
The tear gas grenades are going off, though?
They're going off, yeah.
And they're like starting to affect us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if it's starting to hit Cameron and he's kind of getting the ow, wait a minute, hey, ow, okay, I'm not enjoying the circus anymore kind of thing, and not to mention a school bus. I mean, that's just not cool.
Yeah.
He's kind of reached his point of, okay, no, this can't be right. It takes him a while to get there, but he's there.
It took the full...
It's starting to hurt now.
Yeah.
This is not a good,
Yeah, it kind of took the full opening of the movie for it to happen, but it did happen. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Before before the survivalist from the Highlander with a trunk full of guns gets to, and that was the other thing I thought of because I just watched it like 2 days ago. Anyway, before he gets there to cut his hands free, Cameron's just like, the tears are going, and he's just like, and he just looks up at the guys jumping in the back of the bus, and he's like, okay, you guys are all a bunch of dicks, and he just turns into a bear and just snaps the wrap off of his hands and just goes at them.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
What is it you are trying? Are you trying to grab them? Grab the bus?
He's basically doing, just SWAT, just knocking people out of the way and down, getting them off the bus, and just knocking them to the ground with paws and claws as best you can.
Okay, so in that case, let's go for this is a difficult character. You might recognize my source material.
Yes.
This is going to be a difficulty 7 challenge.
One of Cameron's problems is that he's recently acquired these abilities, and while he can become just about anything he wants, he's great at becoming them. He's not very good at being them. So being a 9-foot tall grizzly is great and cool and all, but he's used to being like 5'8". And so I'm wondering, can we tick that difficulty up because he's not really used to his body?
Yeah, sure. You can go for difficulty 8 instead.
Okay. I don't know what benefit that's going to have for me later on down the road, but we'll see. So that's probably might.
I would say so. Sounds like a might roll to me, yeah. We start, so if you click might, it should bring up the difficulty for rolls.
It does.
You can click difficulty 8, which is technically impossible, so you will need to spend effort for this to be possible.
Oh, good. All right, so I guess when I hit submit, it'll say, do I want to...
It will,
does.
Yeah. You need at least 2 tiers for it to be possible.
Okay, but you said we have infinite effort, so I might as well put 6.
Until you run out of might.
So part of the focus for turning into a were creature is your stats go through the roof.
Ooh.
Like properly
This
through
is
the
part
roof.
of why I was unsure how the hell this is going to work. Because
This is good.
Cameron is like Mystique. If you mix Mystique with Shaggy, that's kind of what you get. He can turn into a lamppost if he wants to, but he still thinks of himself as a human. So you've got a lamppost that's sitting there going...
So you gain +8 to your might and +1 to your might edge. Woof! Oh boy! That'd be... If we... Okay, so... quick maths. Each level will
Might as well
cost...
spend that 8.
First one will cost you 1, so then 1, 2 per tier after that. What is your might pool +8?
I have 13 pool might thing.
So
I mean, in normal thing. I
Yeah,
don't know what
so you'd have 21. So you'd technically have plenty of effort. You can put 6 effort into this if you like. You totally can.
Okay. Then I will
You
do
look
that.
totally bemused, Scrat.
No, I'm shocked but happy.
Normally what he does is he puts like a teaspoon of rum on the table and turns into a mouse, drinks that, then turns back into a human, and he's fucked up for the whole weekend. But
Super efficient.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, effort to 6. And success.
That is a success. So you part the crowd. You get to the guy loading the things in the back, and he turns round. And when you remove the mask, you slam him to the ground as he removes the mask, and he's just like a normal-looking guy, and he's like, "You're not one of us."
And Cameron's he can't talk, so he's just in the guy's face.
He's pinned to the ground, and the bus starts moving. I'll offer you an intrusion. I would like the inertia to throw you both out the back of the bus.
A 9-foot grizzly at the rear door of a school bus.
That'd be really funny to watch.
Yes, it would. It's like extruding a shag couch. Yeah, all right.
Cool. And as you drive away, the driver removes his mask as the quick-thinking DM makes the driver the Joker, and he just turns and is like, "I'm glad I wasn't that guy. So long, suckers, and Happy New Year!" And drives off into the distance.
As Cameron is like got the dude like rolling out the back door, which is, you know, door's this big, Cameron's this wide, as he's squeezing under and falls on his. Actually, he tumbles out and lands on the dude.
We'll make it part of the intrusion. That the judge's like, "Oh, you're still here," and grabs a fire hydrant and just throws it backwards. Bang! And the bus drives away. But the inertia wouldn't throw out a grizzly without throwing out a large proportion of the money. 2 of the bags land around you, Cameron.
How close are we to Quentin's office?
Well, in this version of events, Quentin is absolutely fine. Quentin's office is at the other end of the bank, and Quentin is looking at Lucas, actually, who is heavily armed and he assumes is on crowd control. So Quentin, Lucas, is approaching you with a shotgun out, like, "Don't move, I'm not afraid to use this."
No, I gathered that.
Can I at this time have used an intellect roll to have snapped the cable ties? Or figured a way out of them, or seen something sharp to...
I was going around cutting.
Yeah, it's up to you, Sarah. You can either have Lucas cut you free, or you can find something to free them on. I'll give this to you as a free action. The most of the danger's passed.
Okay. I guess I'll just do it as a free action. There's a way that if you, like... I forget, but if you, like, hit it against your knees, it just kind of snaps. There was a tutorial on it in self-defense.
Yep.
And so this guy... Is he the guy with the gun who's talking to Lucas? Is he facing towards me or away from me?
Neither. You're in his periphery, but he's definitely not focusing on you. He's only focusing on this person. He sort of says, "You'd be wise to put the gun down. This is Vincenzo's bank, you know."
Can I use an experience point to change it so his back is totally towards me?
Yes, I will allow that. That's only a minor change. Yeah, 1 XP, why not?
Okay. So, I want his back to be towards me, and I want Sarah to pick up the heaviest thing that she can find while still not being kind of in his gaze. Is there like a fire extinguisher or anything?
A snack table.
A snack table, and also, I guess it would be a light weapon. She also has, in her keychain, it looks like a pet. It's actually kind of cute, but they're brass knuckles with points at the end that she can use in self-defense. So if she can't find anything to whack them with, she's going to use that.
Okay, and you're going to attack the bank manager.
Oh, is that the bank manager? Never mind. No. Actually, no, because she doesn't know this.
Yeah, no. This is the guy that just comes out and he's like, "Do you know whose bank this is?"
You're naive as well, so you're just gonna think it's one of the robbers.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna. Yeah.
Sure, by all means. I will. The brass knuckles will count as an asset in this. Please make me a difficulty 4 might roll with the asset down to difficulty 3.
Okay, this is amazing. Because I'm not very good at might. And I don't want any effort now. Oh no!
You succeed! So you walk up, and as Lucas, as you're sort of like maybe turning to look at this person who's with the gun, he's like, "This is Vincenzo's bank. You're gonna be in a lot of."
That's what you get for saying this is a circus! And with the gas, this is the most ridiculous day I've ever had. She's going to monologue again because she thinks that he's one of the bad guys. Why would you steal money? Why is everybody stealing money today? God damn it.
So Lucas is just gonna just gonna go up to her, put his hands on her shoulders and go, "You do know you just knocked out the bank manager."
Wasn't he with the? He had a gun.
No.
Is
I mean, I'd
he
like to
knocked out on
start-
the floor? Is the bank
Yeah.
manager?
Yeah. Yeah. So he fell.
Going right?
He fell.
Yeah, we should get going. You didn't see anything, by the way, right?
At this point, the police are arriving. So you have the choice. You can go out the front and have contact with the police, or you can go out the back and avoid them, the way that Cameron is currently a bear, but that would mean leaving behind your guns.
I don't have anything to leave behind, so Lucas, I'm gonna kind of follow. Sarah's gonna follow you a little bit to be sure that you're not gonna be like, she just punched out this guy and is now.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Yeah. Sure. We're going. We're going now. Yes.
Out the back.
By the way, did you see the guy who turned into a bear?
No.
There was a
Who
guy
is
who
now?
turned into a bear.
Who has now gotten off of the guy that he landed on top of when he fell out of the bus, and has wandered over to the T, station, and just knocked the tin to the floor, and has just pried it open and is just sitting there.
Eating biscuits.
Yeah, he's just eating the-
Like a bear? Like I'm seeing like
Yes.
Pooh Bear with honey.
No, it is a bear.
It's a 1,200-pound grizzly, but yeah, he's just.
Look, it's the bear! As Sarah sees that, she's gonna throw her hands up. I told you, look! He was the dude that was next to me. We were talking about how shitty this is, and then he just turned into a bear.
Lucas
Hi there.
immediately just turns and walks out the front door. Like, no, I'm out.
Still armed to the teeth. As you walk out, there are police behind using police car doors as cover. Jess, what have you been doing while the police have been turning up? Because you didn't enter the bank.
Watching him. She did walk around the back momentarily. I saw a grizzly bear back around the front again. She really wants to go in, but like, it's like she gets a feeling like she shouldn't. But the fates are telling her it's not a good idea to go in. But she can't quite put her finger on why.
So as you step out, Lucas, Jess is sort of on the sidelines. They haven't really paid any attention to you. One of the police is probably like, Miss, it'd be best if you kind of came behind this line here. If you came over here, that would be best. And as Lucas steps out, they all immediately like spring into like action position, like freeze.
Come on, guys. You know who I am. It's Lucas Clark. I've just done your job for you. There were some bank robbers. They got away with a bus. Shouldn't you be following them?
And what is Lucas's relationship like with the police?
Sketchy? Like, he has a history, but it's not recent. He's actually generally... I mean, nobody saw him shoot the guy's head off. That's willing to talk about it anyway, or is still alive. So that was an accident.
So
He
the
tripped.
chief of police, on seeing you, is going to step forward like, "Oh God damn it, Lucas, not you again! I've had enough of you and your hijinks. What have you done this time?"
Did you know there's a bear in there?
No. What do you mean there's a bear in there, and why is that relevant? How many
No, I mean,
people have you
seriously,
shot in the
yeah.
head this time, Lucas?
There's a bear eating biscuits. I'm not going back in there.
How many people have you shot this time, Lucas? How many dead?
How many have I shot? I shot nobody. They were killing themselves.
All right, a group of people robbed the bank, and they all shot themselves. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, yeah, apart from the guy that got away in the bus.
I have a question. When Cameron turns back to human, is he wearing clothes or is he just going to be like naked eating
His
biscuits
clothes
out
are
of
in
a pot?
shreds on the floor.
And you're still a bear at this point,
Eating
right?
biscuits
Oh, yeah.
and drink coffee. I love it.
Like, is that what the police are going to come into? Just a naked man sitting on the floor eating
No,
biscuits?
he's still a bear.
I was about to say, Sarah's going to be slowly kind of creeping towards you, like, dude, sir? Do you understand what I'm saying?
And he just sort of uses his claws and slides the tin of biscuits over towards you.
She's going to keep eye contact with the bear. Pick up a bit.
It's just crumbs and drool just everywhere, and he still looks like the slack-eyed kind of.
As she takes a bite, she's gonna. You are right. These are really good. So she's gonna sit on the floor, a considerable distance away from this bear, and is gonna start eating the. I also want to think that some of the cash that flew out, she, like, a lot of it conveniently flied into her purse. Just
Just
like
happens
it
to.
Yeah, happens all the time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. All right, Lucas, come down here for questioning. As far as I'm concerned, you could well be under arrest. If I find a single person in there shot in the head, I'm holding you personally responsible.
Shit.
Maybe it was
you
the
fed
bear.
it to me. And what we're gonna also do is Jess. There's a copper standing with you, and he's gonna be like, okay, miss, did you see anything about this crime? Did you witness anything? How about this Lucas guy? Did you see any of his actions on the build-up to these events?
Lucas is just going to glare.
Miss?
There's a bear in there.
There's a bear in there. Okay, are you in any way affiliated or related to Mr. Clark, Mr. Lucas Clark?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. So the gentleman that just came over to the bank, the one that's now being escorted over to the police car over there, do you know that person?
No.
And did you see them do anything strange or suspicious on the build-up to the things that happened today?
No.
Fantastic.
There was some guys with guns.
There were guys with guns. Okay.
And a bear.
What did you see?
A bear.
I've got that. Perhaps did you see did they arrive in a vehicle? Did they walk in? Did they have anything that defined them facially, or perhaps in their clothes?
They had clown masks, so they were horrifically disfigured.
There were clown masks that were horrifically disfigured. Thank you. And whilst this person is
Face
questioning,
like a rose.
You never know.
whilst this person is questioning Jess, he doesn't know what the police are finding as they enter the building. As the first squad to enter kind of do stand stock still to see a bear genuinely in the thing eating biscuits, and then another one notices the dead body to their right that was shotgunned out of the office, and after about 20 seconds of silence.
Oh, hi! What? How you guys got here?
And even Cameron with this, serving plate sized paw just go.
We'll pan back outside. Lucas, you hear the chief of police radio go, so it's like, Chief? Yeah, what is it? We might need animal control down here.
I told you.
I told you there's a bear.
Bear.
There's one guy on the floor that's been shotgunned.
My shotguns are still loaded.
I was about to say, you hear in the background, oh yeah, there was crazy stuff. You guys got here way too late. Like, it's already robbed. There was a bus. People were shooting other people. The robbers were shooting each other. It was crazy.
The woman on the floor is like, I really need an ambulance. I've been shot.
Police, she needs an ambulance.
Oh yeah.
Why aren't you getting on that?
Did you all forget about?
Yeah, I completely forgot.
And the police like, Jesus. Okay, look, we need an ambulance. Maybe 2 ambulances. I don't think any of these guys can be saved, but let's get one just in case. And animal control, all sorts. And this turns into a thing. Now, how much of this would we like to play through? Let's see. So the squads are going to enter, and they're going to try and coax Cameron and Serendipity out of the building. Miss, do you have control over this animal?
Well, he can understand me, so I guess. Sure. Yeah.
Bad bear.
Could you
get the bear to join you outside in one of the police vans, we'd like to ask you some questions.
Just because, like, we saw you want information about. Yeah, sure. I kind of. All right, come on. I'm sure you can take the pastries with you. Yeah, he's saying that we have to go in the van. We have to go.
And the other goes to Bill. Look, you see these pastries? Can you just go and get a shit ton of them and fill the van with it?
All of them.
We want to keep this bear as happy as we can.
He just again, the saliva glands just go into overtime as soon as and he just starts following Bill.
He's following Bill. Bill.
He knows it's like, oh, he was told to get pastries. Follow that guy.
And Bill like starts like walking and then almost running. Like, no! You stay in the van. You stay in the van. I'll bring the pastries to you. I'll bring the pastries to you. But the van, pastry van.
And so he goes to get in the van, and you add 1,200 pounds to the back of a van, and the shocks tend to complain a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're not moving that van at the moment. Definitely not. So the police take control. They start looking around. The reports come in. Lucas, the chief, just sort of shakes his head at you. Did you or did you not shoot someone in the head, Lucas?
He did not.
I did not.
He's keeping you and Jess separate at the moment.
Sad
I
times.
did not.
There's a guy in there with a bullet in his head, and you're telling me if I check your guns, which I'd like you to put on the table, none of them have been fired. And if I do the ballistics on that bullet, it won't have come from one of your guns.
Come on. Like, he was robbing the bank, and you guys were all late. So I might have fired one bullet. It might have grazed the side of his head.
It's buried between his eyes, Lucas.
No, it's not, because his eyes are on either side of the room.
But they are now.
Well, exactly. So it's not buried between his eyes, is it?
In fact, they're not buried on either side of the room. The mask held them in. It's gruesome.
Well, he didn't fire back.
Who would?
Well, he was going to shoot hostages.
All right, now
They
further to that,
tied everyone's hands.
did you or did you not knock out the bank manager and use his shotgun to take down the rest of the assailants so that you could tell me with a straight face that you have not fired your shotguns?
I absolutely did not use that shotgun. Fingerprints, go ahead. Go ahead. Actually, you've already got mine on file. It's fine. You will not find my fingerprints anywhere on those shotguns. Anywhere. I hope.
Is there any way that Serendipity is hearing this, or is she just in the van?
Yeah, no,
with
there'd be a separate person sitting down with you and another company. Like, okay, so, hello, Miss. I understand your name's Sarah. Am I right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's
hi.
very nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. I just want to know a few things about what happened in there today. Cameron, the van is shortly filled with pastries,
So we're both in the van, and the guy comes in and introduces himself to Sarah.
Yeah.
And as he does that, Cameron extends his paw.
Okay.
This is the bear. I don't know his name.
You mean you barely know him?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Don't worry about that. That you have to have a bit of humor on the force. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I'd love to hear your account of what happened today and how you and your bear ended up in the bank. Do you usually bring your bear to the bank?
Oh no, this isn't my bear. You see, I don't know his name, but I met him at the bank. Basically, I was just walking, and my purse almost got stolen, so I had to like yell at a guy, which was really rude. So then I would just walk, and then I hear that there's a circus at the bank. So of course I'm like, of course I want to go to the circus. So I walk in the bank, and what do you see? This guy came up and he zip tied my arms and like threw me on the ground. People were waving around guns saying they were raiding the place, which at that point I think maybe it was like some kind of performance art, but like it was getting a little bit. So then all of a sudden, the people who were robbing the bank started shooting at each other. It was like bam, 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 and then a whole school bus just got pushed through the building. It was crazy, and then there's money flying everywhere. And then this guy who was beside me turned into a bear. It was the craziest. Yeah, like that, exactly like that.
Okay.
It was the craziest thing I have ever seen.
Okay, now how about the actions of Mr. Lucas Clark, the man that came out of the bank just before you, the one laden with guns?
Yeah, what about him?
Well, now, was he helping the robbers? Was he shooting the robbers?
I didn't really see. I don't think he was helping the robbers. He didn't have one of the weird circus masks on, so yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. You know, I was more.
Okay.
Is this a circus? Isn't it a circus? I don't know.
Can you tell me what happened to the bank manager?
Oh, see, that's my bad. I saw him with the gun and it was pointed at somebody. So I of course thought that he was probably one of like the shooting guys who was trying to rob the bank. So I went up and I punched him because he was gonna shoot somebody. I couldn't let him do that. So then but I didn't know that was the bank manager. I'm really sorry. I didn't know.
No, that's fine. Good thinking, but remember in future that you can leave these things to the police. We will look after these situations. You do not need to take things into your own hands. Please do not ever take Mr. Lucas Clark as an example of behavior. Thank you so much for your information today. Can you tell me anything about, you say the bus drove away? Can you tell me anything about the bus driver?
I didn't really see him. I think he had a mask on. I don't know. Also, you guys were really late. Wrong mask on. But like, if you want me to like not, get into things, you guys should show up on time next time. Like, you missed a whole lot.
I mean, our response time was 4 minutes after the alarm was pressed.
4 whole minutes where the bank robbers started shooting each other and this guy had enough time to turn into a bear. I had time to eat like 3 of these delicious pastries. By the way, have you had any of these? They are amazing.
No, I'm trying to watch my carbs. Okay, so there's a lot of information there. Thank you. We'll take this in due tread. And I would like to wind the clock forward a couple of days, and I would like you all to tell me what happened in those couple of days. But first of all, thank you very much, Kentucky Hawkeye, for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Check out the tweets, check out the follows. We have goals. In fact, we're only 1 follower away from our next potion distribution. Talking of potion distribution, which order did we introduce? We started with Alex. So, Abigator, you have received a random potion. Please roll me 1d100.
Oh, cool beans. All right. Here, let me get the dice roller thing up. No, I don't need you.
You can do it just by typing in the chat box using the code, which I'm putting in.
I can't remember if it's /r or r/.
I've just chucked it in the Zoom chat for you.
Oh. Aha, it was /r. Okay.
God, way to make it easy. God.
24.
A 24. And also, Lucas, they give you a quick medical whilst you are there and ask you to drink some water. Could you also roll me a D100?
I got a 22.
Excellent. Also in your purse, along with the money which fell into your purse, also a small vial of foamy olive green liquid also made its way into your purse. You may, if you wish to drink it, you can. And they make you drink something for your medical, Lucas. It tastes like it tastes very. The description of the taste is very it's got a taste and texture of tomato biscuits. No, actually, no, sorry, that's just the texture. It looks and feels like tomato biscuits. And it tastes like iron.
Yeah, that's not better.
No.
Oh,
And as you drink it, a small black cat appears and attaches itself to you. Starts rubbing
Right.
around your ankles.
who let the cat in?
Just like our
I
actual
thought I was
cat.
having a physical. I stroke the cat. I guess I got a cat now.
And so, a couple of days later, you tell me, how do you guys, do any of you get arrested? Do any of you get away scot-free? Do they turn charges over?
I think I got arrested. Again.
Lucas gets arrested.
So, yeah.
I mean, Jess is outside, but she's still dragging an axe around with her.
Okay.
She was in a children's play park. They got the weapons. So
They,
I think she might not be arrested to do with the heist, but possibly on other grounds.
do you know, I'm not 100% sure on this Fantasy America's laws. But I'm gonna throw it out there and say that, you know, carrying weapons around is kind of a normal thing. So even though it's an axe,
Good.
they'll give you a caution.
Good, good. Jess is going to walk away totally confused. No idea what happened. It's an odd day for her.
I'm gonna guess that Sarah somehow talked her way out of the police letting her and the bear go out of the van with all of these Danishes and just kind of like going about their business. Like,
Poor Lucas. He put all that work in and did the most effort and is the one that got
I feel like it's so character appropriate though. It's amazing.
Probably
Yeah,
not the first time it's happened either.
definitely not. Definitely not. Well, that's
First
the
time this
relationship that Alex described it. So here we go. So do we find you a couple of days later, monging out with Cameron in like an apartment somewhere, surrounded by Danishes?
Oh, those Danishes would not have lasted.
Oh yeah, they're gone. Yeah.
I mean, Cameron's just got whipped cream all around his face and muzzle, and eventually when the diabetic coma kind of kicks in, and he falls asleep, he starts to very slowly revert back to his normal state.
And is Sarah around for that, or do you separate?
He had no reason to leave if there were, Danishes around.
I was about to say, Sarah would probably stick around, the guy who turns into a bear, because so as he slowly transforms back, she's gonna like, it's like put a sweater over him.
Exactly.
I have a question. Does he transform back all in one go, or does he still have like a bear paw as his?
He still has like
Slowly
one
transforming back.
grizzly leg and half a grizzly ear. And if he had wound up shifting back in the bank, he would have probably grabbed a deposit slip to cover himself or something. It would just, it would,
So, yeah.
Fantastic. We could say
Yeah,
some.
and then-
One.
I was about to say, I'm guessing we like introduce ourselves, and eventually I find out that his sister, right,
Mhm.
has a dispensary,
Yep.
which is also oddly good luck. So we're probably hanging out a couple days later because dispensary, duh.
Mhm. And eventually he gets some clothes, from so.
Yeah, I mean, with enough, really anything can be clothes if you're desperate enough.
That's good. KFC
Um,
napkins, just not while it's raining, and you're fine.
yeah, that's right. Use the Apple Tango as an adhesive to stick them together. We've all been there.
Mhm.
Or just use a shower curtain.
Oh, all right, Mr. Fancy.
Danish.
No, that's a waste.
Lucas,
Yes,
you are released from your cell.
I am.
again cautioned. Your need to appear in court on a certain day.
Yeah, the usual. I won't turn up. They won't chase me. It's fine.
What do you do when you're released?
Um.
The cat is waiting outside for you.
Oh. Okay. I guess I just sort of mosey back to my apartment, mull things over. Go and buy some cat food. If this cat's not going to leave me alone.
Yeah, this cat immediately, like, do you have, like, guns out on the place, or, like...
They're like... no, not really. They're all kind of kept away.
Okay, so are we thinking, like,
boxes under the bed and...
Oh, okay, like that. I like that. So I was thinking of the other thing. What's the...
No, not like put away. This is more just discarded tidily.
Okay, so in that case, the cat probably just starts pulling up your carpets.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Standard cat.
Ness. So I think after a short amount of time just staying indoors and letting things blow over slightly, he will continue on. Probably go and get his car back from impound and hope they haven't lost or conveniently stashed away all of the munitions in the boot, and then just carry on with the whole mooching around and generally fighting crime.
In the boot is a receipt for all your bullets, but they've left you your guns.
Fine.
You can collect them after your court date. They're trying to come up with new incentives to make you appear.
Yeah, well, there's an entire trunk in at the foot of the bed, like a footlocker that's just filled with bullets. So that's fine. It's no trouble. I've got my guns back. That's the important bit.
Foiled again. So how do you and Jess meet up? How do you two come together? We've got Cameron and Sarah together. I want to get you two together as well.
I'm sitting outside playing with the cat.
What?
Jess comes with the cat?
Sitting outside the impound?
No, because the cat's outside the police station, isn't he?
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh.
Okay.
I was just wandering around and I found the cat.
So
Seems
won't
like
leave
something
me
she
alone.
would do. So she's like, hi. Striking a cat. Why not?
Were you at the bank?
Yes. Are you the guy with guns?
Maybe.
Mm.
Got a few.
Is this your cat?
It won't leave me alone.
I like your cat.
But it won't leave me alone. How do I get rid of them? Like,
You
people
don't.
get rid of cats all of the time. How do I get rid of it?
You don't.
Leave me alone.
They choose you.
Why does this feel so representative of real life right now? Is this how you two actually met?
Art imitates life.
No.
This is our real life. The cat chose you.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come with you.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I'm just gonna pick up the cat. Strike
I
it.
tend to run into trouble, and you have an axe, so that might come in handy.
I do. I also have swords and a whip and daggers.
I have a car.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Yeah. I'm gonna carry the cat though.
Oh my god, we just created a kick-ass group, didn't we?
We did.
Okay, so do the two pairs meet up, or do you not? Up to you.
I think we would at some point.
I think you might as well, because wherever your domiciles are, each of you gets an invitation. It's written on the back of a playing card, and it just says the docks, 8 p.m.
What, with no date? That's daft for an invitation.
On the front there is a clown, the Joker card, of course. I didn't need to say it really.
Gonna look at the invitation, turn to Lucas and be like, "We need to get some cat food."
Cat food's near the dock, isn't it? Or rather, that pet shop. the late night one.
We do need some cat food.
Fine.
How many days have you guys had this cat with you now?
It's still alive, kind of.
Like 3.
It was eating mice or
I
something.
was gonna say no.
No, that's not why I'm
I've got
asking.
food.
I don't remember you picking up a litter box. That's the reason I'm asking.
Yeah, the outside of the police station is looking very nice now, thanks to that cat.
And then the cats will find their own safe space if left their own set of devices. So you notice a strange smell when you sit on a certain sofa.
The overwhelming
It's
smell
so
of cat
close to
piss just
home.
slowly permeates.
Yeah.
Yay.
Scrat has a cat, he knows.
I do know. I do know.
when the card arrives at Cameron's place, he like looks at it and a couple of times and goes and gets his deck of cards and counting them out to see if this is his card that somehow got like maybe he lost a card somewhere else and somebody brought it back to him somehow. And so as he's counting, he keeps losing count somewhere between like 13 and 23, and he has to start over again. So it takes him about 40 minutes to finally get to the point where he realizes, oh, all of his cards are still here, and this is something. So he asks his roommate if this is his card and is this meant for him. And do you have a doctor's appointment or something? You need to go to the docs.
And your roommate, to be clear, is this now Abby or is it?
I was about to say.
Oh no.
Okay. And can you give me a brief description, just 3 words of what your housemate is like?
And the first 3 words that come to my, because the middle is hyphenated, so it only counts as 1 word, is Nathan McMotherfucking Fillion.
Okay.
Looks like him. He's actually a Nathan Fillion impersonator, but he's not actually Nathan Fillion. But doesn't sound anything like him.
Oh right, okay, yeah. No, I was actually I'm terrible with names, so I was just picking up who that is. I don't know how to do his voice either, so he's
Okay, that's not what his voice sounds like, so it doesn't matter.
good. And he's just like is he also like you? Is he?
He's not as bad. He's more forgetful, but he doesn't smoke as much. But he drinks more.
Okay. So Nathan is just like, what, man? What do you want?
Just somebody left the thing saying this is a doc's appointment, and I don't think I don't have a doctor. Is this yours?
I only have one doctor. Dr. Bean.
Oh, do I know that guy?
Yeah,
Did
I was
he-
making a joke, man. It's the bourbon Jim Bean.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, pause you on.
So it's not. Well,
I don't know anything about it. No, I don't. Is that yours? Where did that come from?
I don't know. It was stuck in the door. It's like,
Who puts a card under the door?
I don't know, man. It's like, it smells funny. I mean, it's a clown, so I don't know. Do clowns, are they supposed to smell funny, or just, clowns aren't funny, really?
I've never found a clown funny. They're just
I-
kind of creepy. You see 'em more in horror movies than anything.
Yeah, or Shakes the Clown with Bobcat. That's actually good.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What?
Uh,
All right. No, it's, what day is this supposed to, what day is it?
I don't know. When did you find it? Oh! Oh no! No, I know what this is! I watched a movie! This is gonna be like a deal or something. This is gonna be like a drugs deal or something. And you can go down there and you can grab like a ton of money or something.
Why?
You've been invited, man. You gotta go watch.
And go watch a deal?
Yeah, because like, you know, I can't remember what the statistic is. Like, 80% of the statistics are made up anyway, but like, I think it's like 1 in 20 deals, like, 1 in 20 deals, they end up just shooting each other, and there's just tons of cash and drugs just laying around, and you could just grab the cash.
Oh. So it's like it's like an inheritance, like when like your grandfather dies and you get all his shit, right?
Exactly, it's just like that. You're entitled to that money. You've been given it by this playing card.
Right. Okay. So you want to come with me? Because I mean, like, well, because it doesn't say it's just for me. So maybe like both of our grandfathers are drug dealers. Just go to their doctor's appointment and we get all their shit.
No, you know I can't go. I've got to go to work. He says, taking another heavy swig.
Dude, you know, you have got to be the most dedicated drive-through attendant I've ever met.
I do my best, you know.
I know, and that's one of the things I love about, I mean, platonically love about you.
And I'm like, so many people are like, hey, you Nathan Fillion? And I'm like, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm practicing for a role, and they don't believe me.
And then you give them a biscuit because it's a roll. Okay, I'm gonna. I suppose I should go to. Oh wait. What if I call that girl?
Hey, you could turn it into a date. I bet she'd love to watch a bunch of people get shot with you.
Dude, no, she like saw like my junk and stuff when. Oh.
I mean, you're just confirming what I'm thinking right now.
No, I can't like date someone who's seen me naked, man. That's just weird.
That's gonna be a real problem for you, you know. Like that's gonna be a real. Do you remember biology? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe not a date. Maybe just like a event.
Just kind of a hang out and chill and watch.
Yeah, yeah. You can chill and drug deal. Okay. Like chill and Netflix, but you watch a drug deal instead of Netflix.
Right, and okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we watched a circus. It wasn't a circus, so maybe we could watch the Netflix show that isn't a Netflix show. Okay. Yeah. And so he goes to make his not date.
Beautiful logic.
By the way, Netflix, we would appreciate any sort of sponsorship.
Hashtag not sponsored, yeah. Lucas and Jess, you're getting cat food. You see Cameron and Sarah heading towards the docks. And you might just think, hey, I'll know there's people from the bank.
That is exactly what I'm going to think.
That guy looks awfully like that bear we were looking at.
That's weird. And she's definitely...
Not a bear.
Yes, not a bear.
Are you a bear?
No. Oh God, why is the cat in the car?
Just appears
He's
on the
back
dashboard.
I named him Jeremy.
Yay. Okay, well, Jeremy needs to live in the glove box for now. Don't obviously
You can't put Jeremy in the glove box. There's 3 Glocks in there with him.
You have a point. So I think I'd pull over and invite the other 2 to get in, because we all seem to be going in the same direction. And you know, I'm usually late, so it's nearly 8 o'clock already.
You guys are from the bank thing, right?
Aren't you a bear?
No, I'm not a bear. No.
Chick, not like chick, like.
So we got this playing card.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah. They got invited to the drug deal too.
The Netflix show, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A
Jess is
Netflix-
looking around like, I don't fucking get a playing card.
Netflix drug deal.
No, but, well, we figured, like...
I mean, that is serious monopolizing.
No, the
Is
monopoly.
there anything they don't do?
Well, don't you want to see it? Because usually they end up shooting each other, and then there's just drugs and money all over the place.
I definitely want to see it. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, your name, I heard the police say your name. They were asking, Lucas, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Oh, hi, cat. Cat.
It's not. It's a llama. It's not a cat.
Oh. Well, it's a very cute llama.
Kyle.
Oh, okay. Jay says it's an alpaca. Sorry.
Oh, alpaca, my bad. Apologies to the alpaca.
Yeah, obviously.
So you guys want to walk with us? Because we're gonna.
Why don't you get in
think
the
that-
car?
It would be quicker.
Then nobody needs to
Oh.
walk.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay. You want me to drive? Because
I got it. I got it. It's fine.
Oh, excellent plan.
And Sarah is she went all out. She's wearing all black. She's got like a black backpack on. She's got her pepper spray. She's got her brass knuckles. She's like, we're gonna go see a drugs bust. This is extra. She also has a black hat that's kind of to the side. Like, makes me look tough, right?
Oh yeah.
Cameron has a gigantic bag of popcorn slung over one shoulder. Just
The
huge.
essentials. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, hop in the car and then head to the docks.
As you head to the docks, just inside the entranceway, there is a big green spray painted sign saying "Welcome" with an arrow pointing to the right.
Well, I guess we turn right. It looks like an invitation to me.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Are you guys on time?
Probably it's
Slightly late? Slightly early?
Slightly late.
Yeah, I think slightly late.
We don't we don't care.
No.
Let's be honest.
Fashionably late, of course.
Fashionably. 10 minutes max.
There's another.
I was about to say, I'm imagining we're all eating popcorn as we're walking.
Yeah, of course. Why not? There's another arrow pointing up to an office. And there's a sign on the door sprayed in here.
Okay.
Huh.
Again with the tactical vest, 2 sawn-off shotguns, and this time 2 of the Glocks out of the glove box, just to give Jeremy some room. No, you stay here.
You be a good kitty. Oh, who's a good kitty? It's you. We'll be right back. Aw.
And you entering the office?
Go up and check whether the door's locked.
I was about to say, I'll probably be like kind of looking around, seeing what's up, if there's anything kind of weird. Like,
This whole situation is kind of weird.
well, like, yeah, but like, I know, like, Sarah knows that they're going into a drugs bust, so she's looking for anything that might cause immediate danger.
So the door is not locked. It will swing open as you touch the handle.
Okay.
And in this room, there is a mannequin dressed in a purple suit
Ugh.
with a television sitting on the shoulders. And there's a play button on the television which is circled in green.
Is there anything else in this room?
No?
This seems like a really bad idea.
Okay, wait a minute. This is supposed to be Netflix. That's a YouTube logo. What?
We should throw something at it.
I used the butt of a gun and just pressed the play button.
As you
Come on,
press
then.
the play button, the screen sort of like does the white line thing and then flicks up. It's an old wires type telly. It's like, I thank you for accepting my invitation, says a clown-faced man, skin slightly too pale. Now
No problem, man. Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
saw your little adventure at the bank the other day, and you can mark me impressed. Now I've come here. I've invited you here today to invite you to be part of my little venture. You see, we're going to be taking over all of the city, and I'd like you to come and be a part of it. Now, we need everything from gunmen, henchmen, security guards, you name it. If you want a position, we've got a position for you. And all the boys are waiting outside to meet you! And if you glance out the window, you can see the outside has been filling with thugs.
Hey,
This is the strangest interview I've ever been to.
I know.
I wave to the thugs. Hi.
One of them holding a baseball bat. So.
That is a nice employee. He is, but like none of the rest of them. Wait, that's probably.
A little bit rude.
What's the wage?
Well, that's
Do we get
great.
maternity pay?
Yeah, because if I get pregnant, I'm gonna want to,
Exactly. So you never ever know. What is the sickness pay like? How long do we have to work here before we get sickness pay?
The television stops playing and a cassette is ejected from the top.
I was going to say, it's just a recording.
Oh.
We're about to get shot.
Oh.
Wait
Well,
a minute.
I don't want to get shot, and no offense. I kind of look towards the thugs, like, I wasn't really looking for a job. I'm good, but I mean, thanks for the offer. It was.
I'm gonna hit the TV with an axe. For no reason.
Well, this is the thing. You're either a part of us, and we'd love to have you on board. You know, we're always looking for new guys to be a part of Joker's army. But if you're not one of us, you're against us. And from the back of the crowd, you hear like a.
Just, hang on, wait a second, man. Don't go being like a sexist prick, okay? You don't want to just look for guys. You're got two very, very female people here. It'd probably be better than you are.
Oh yeah, no. I actually that's one of the things. Really, is we struggle to employ equally. So you'd also really help out our diversity figures. If we're being frank.
It's a beautiful thing. No, I'm not Frank. I'm Cameron.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Cameron. Does this mean you're accepting the job?
Which job was that?
Well, really, you just get to take things and do what you want. It's fun.
Okay.
Just every now and again, you have to do some little favors for the Joker.
What are your sickness benefits like?
Hold on, everyone. You do know that these guys are criminals?
Didn't you shoot someone with a shotgun?
No. I shot someone with a Desert Eagle 3 days ago. I've done very, very well not to shoot anyone else.
I think maybe she might have a point, because I've seen you kill somebody, and I haven't seen any of these guys kill anybody.
Oh no, we are criminals. Yeah, no, we.
Give it 10 minutes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, it's a criminal organization. We're trying to be nice and open about this, you know. We don't want to confuse you into things. It's a criminal organization, which is why we come in with the threats, you know. You're with us or you're against us. You know.
I like that you stick to your motto. You have an all-over business plan that you like to stick to at all times.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. To be honest, once you get to know the Joker, well, I say get to know. No one really gets to know the Joker. If you get to know the Joker, you're probably going to be dead soon. But once you get to know of him, you know, he's very equal opportunities. He'll kill anyone.
Look at the lie, you're selling it to me. I quite like this.
I let all of you in my car.
We got in your car.
Let's put it this way. If we actually get out of this, you're walking home.
I didn't do anything. I said I didn't want the job.
I was
You're
gonna
fine.
walk home
Okay.
anyway. but I was gonna walk home with a whole bunch of money once all these guys shot each other.
You know they're gonna shoot you, right?
I don't.
No, I'm just an audience member. I don't want to be shot.
I don't wish to take part in this.
I'm here to watch the show, and then when everybody's done shooting each other, I'm just gonna take my inheritance.
I have a question. So one of my special abilities, Enthrall, it's not specific of if it only affects one creature or person, or if it can affect multiple creatures or persons.
Are you trying to affect the whole crowd?
Yes, I am.
In that case, I will say yes, you can do it. We will up the cost to free intellect,
Okay.
and you will need to make a difficulty check of 8.
That's fine. Okay. So that's an action. And this would be because it's an ability, would I just roll pure intelligence? Or would it be a skill?
Do it on a pure intelligence.
Okay. Alright.
Probably use some points to bring the toughness down.
It's an 8, you said? An 8?
Difficulty 8. Currently impossible.
Alright, so if I have an edge, that would bring it down 1.
The edge reduces the cost of bringing it down 1. You spend your points, your intellect points, to bring the cost down. It usually costs 3, but because of your intellect edge, the first point will only cost you 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
You could probably bring it down a whole bunch if you've got a bunch of intellects. We're right at the end of the session, so...
I have 18 intellect.
Oh, yeah, you can, spend, 5 or 6 on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because I'm seeing that, these people are no good, so I'm gonna try to at least keep them attention on me, and they can do all the fight stuff, whatever.
Okay.
So let's see, that's 8 and 6. So that's 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay,
Oh,
so
you
that's
can
5.
just put in difficulty 8, and then the next tab will ask you for your effort.
Oh, hex yes. So that's going to be 5 efforts. Alright, let's roll this. If this is a shitty roll, I'm going to be real mad.
That's a success! It's a good roll! So it costs you 10 intellect, but the crowd sort of they're drawing guns. You can hear one of them in the back sort of saying, I don't think it's going so well. Get the rocket launcher. And, oh, okay, I haven't got a chance to use the rocket launcher for a long time. And then you start speaking.
Wait, why are we getting the rocket launcher? That seems a little bit weird. Have you ever considered maybe taking over the whole city is a little bit intense? Do you really think I don't know how big the Joker's range goes, but if all of you are his army, taking over the city is going to be tough. I mean, there's the police force. It's a pretty big city. Plus, do you know how hard it is to run a local government? Do you know how many ordinances that you have to see to? It's just, yeah, you guys, no, just listen, hear me out. I know I have your guys' best interest in mind.
You're
I don't
leaning on
wanna
the rocket
see you guys
launcher.
get hurt. So, if you have all these ordinances and stuff, and plus, if you guys don't know this Joker person, you don't really know. Do you guys get good benefits and stuff?
He looks after us. Someone calls out from the back feebly. We're going to wrap up the session any minute. So I would like you each to tell me how this scene unfolds, what your characters do, and how that affects the rest of your character's arc. And who knows, maybe one day we'll get to return to it.
I'm going back to the car.
So
Just
Abigail
follow
has some
distracted. Jess
distractions.
is bye.
Yep.
You coming, Lucas?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep talking to them. As long as I'm still talking to them and not moving, they gotta stay in place or defend themselves, but they can't move. So.
As soon as she says ordinance, Cameron kind of immediately looks over at Lucas not ordinance, bad word. No, he has that one brief, moment of instant recognition. No,
Yeah, that's
ordinance.
absolute clarity of.
Yeah, and so he just kind of, sort of sachets back towards a pile of boxes or something, and kind of pulls the bag of popcorn in next to him and just turns into a box. And every now and again, a hand, like the side of the box extrudes and becomes a hand. He reaches into the bag of popcorn and pulls some out. The lid opens up and he just drops the popcorn in. And
You're a mimic.
basically.
And
But he
Lucas,
just hides in. Just stays there waiting for everybody to leave so he can go home.
and Lucas, what do you do whilst Sarah has the crowd's attention?
So, Lucas might be slightly self-destructive, but he's not suicidal. So, how big is the crowd?
There's probably about 50 people,
I don't have that many bullets.
but one of them is holding a rocket launcher.
I don't have that many bullets, and I'm not immune to rockets.
You do have one bullet, and they have a rocket launcher.
Oh hell, I've got points left.
We're not using points anymore. Narratively, I'm just offering that as a solution. You tell me what happens.
Okay, well, no, I don't think Lucas would actually try and pull that one off, especially as the human element. He doesn't care about the thugs.
And when he realised that Jess stole his car keys.
Yeah.
Yes, Jess.
Okay. Well, that's slightly different because that's where all the bullets are.
Is Jess driving away?
But yeah, she's gonna wait for a couple of minutes
Okay.
just to see if he comes, because she doesn't want to look after a cat on her own. It's a bit of a big commitment. She's not ready for that yet.
Okay, so I'm picturing the little warehouse office bit that had the TV in it as a slightly a raised platform.
Yeah, definitely. Some steps
Yeah,
leading up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're up there. They're all down there, generally pointing guns at us and stuff. Lucas, for a very, very brief moment, is just like, all right, let's go. And then thinks slightly better of it, holsters all of his guns, does a 180, runs and just full dives out of one of the windows the other side, plummets to the ground and just runs back to the car, but round and out of everyone else's way.
A different exit. So in that case,
he's not the hero today.
in that case, how does Sarah get out of this? Because obviously you can only talk for so long. Either fatigue or sore throat's going to get you eventually.
So eventually, I'm guessing Sarah's going to kind of end her very long, but also very convincing and very persuasive arguments of why they probably shouldn't be doing this. And also, you have to remember, Serendipity is a very non-threatening looking person, so she's going to take the box and kind of pick it up, be like, well, I mean, thank you again for the offer. It was really, really generous. And like I said, really think about what I said. It's no small responsibility governing a full city, and this is a city. And then I'm kind of like, all right, but you guys, I'll see you later, okay? And then she's gonna try to walk through the crowd.
And they're sort of stunned. Honestly, at this point, they're just going to let you. And you hear some of them, sort of, as you're leaving, they're like, the boss is going to be real mad, isn't he?
No, just, you guys, you don't have to go back to the boss. She kind of yells as she's going, just, don't go back. You can just quit, right? It's only a job. Just quit. You're fine. And plus, it's all of you against one person. You'll be fine.
Jess is impatiently beeping the car horn now.
It was nice to meet you guys, as I carry the box and go and casually.
And you'll all get away in the car. And that is where we're going to wrap up today's session. I hope you've all enjoyed it. With the tutorial, sometimes, I would have liked to have got a bit more of this done, actually. Maybe one weekend we'll return to this or something if we can all be available, because this was really fun. This was really fun. Really good fun.
Cool,
Cool.
fun.
Cool, yeah. I did something there. Well, everyone, let's go round and wrap up. Let's start with Jay. Jay, what was your favourite bit? Who are you? Where can we find you online? How you feeling?
Hi. I'm good, thank you. My favourite bit was when Cameron turned into a bear because I don't know if I missed something, but I genuinely didn't see that coming. I didn't know that was happening at all. And I was very confused for a minute when he turned into a bear. And I was like, what's happened? And then because Scrat was just like, oh, yeah, okay. I was like, why is Scrat not freaking out right now? But, yeah. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know that was like one of the things that you could pick. But that's great. I love it. Might have to look into that for future. I want to be a box. Or a toad, or anything. God, all the things I could do. I could be a toad that could blow people up. God, it'd be great. I'm never coming back to this channel, am I? Yeah. So.
Yeah, that'd come full circle if you then become a frog that blows things up. That would be the full circle.
Exactly, it's the circle of life. Scrat closes it off. I'm Jay Bambi, which my name is up there. I stream with Alex, who is that way. Using my hair, see, to know which way he is. We haven't streamed in a while, but hopefully we should be. I think our internet might deal with it, maybe.
It should be alright now.
Oh, good. So we moved house, we got new internet. It wasn't very happy. I was trying to stream games and it just wasn't, even playing games wasn't working very well. Yes, that's my name on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. So I think that's everything. Yes.
Awesome. Well, next around, as we go clockwise around, we have Tren. Tren, who are you? Where can we find you online?
Well, my name is Tren Sparks. I am a professional voice actor and audiobook narrator. Where can you find me online? It's generally best just to follow me on Twitter, just @trending.
I love your voices so much.
I barely touched any of them, but it's.
Can we just do a Zoom call one day where you just
I just sit around and just cycle through voices? Yeah, I've done that before.
It's fine.
I can't do it. I find it fascinating when people could change their voice.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, just follow me on Twitter. I tweet whenever, because I don't really stream from my own channel anymore. I used to, but now it's like if I'm playing D&D or Adventures of Middle-earth, which is technically D&D, but it's in the Tolkien unit, whatever. Or anything that I happen to be doing. Over on Grimjack's channel, we're doing a Highlander-inspired thing every Sunday, which is just fantastic. I love it so much. Sorry, maybe I get a little excited about that one. Yeah, so follow me on Twitter, and I tweet everywhere I'm going, everything I'm doing, and yeah, stuff and things. And I thought, for as much panic as I was in getting started with this thing, I think it turned out really well, because it was like, come and do this thing. I'm like, okay, fine. I come up with a character idea, and I couldn't figure out how to slot it into anything. And the second chapter in the Cypher Systems core rule book says anything goes, and I'm flipping through it. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Where is the thing? Yeah, but it worked out well. I think it had a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Pleasure to have you today. Next around, we have Abigator Frenzy. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. This was so this is my first time playing Cypher, the Cypher system ever, and I've been wanting to try it for so long, and it was so much fun. It was amazing. So thank you for letting me be on this. Everybody was awesome. I really liked it because it was such a badass moment of the Colin just kind of like turning from this, I just want Danishes, to like, you guys are really getting weird. It was perfect. So thank you again. Yeah, my name is Abby. You can find me on Twitter @AbigatorFrenzy. I have a couple of stuff. You can follow me on Twitter for the specifics, but mostly, let's see, usually on Saturdays, me and my friend do a talk show called Queers and Figots, where we explore cool LGBTQ queer storylines and how you can put them into your tabletop role-playing games. And also, we talk about cool monsters in the monster manual that we don't think get used as often as they should. I'm on that. There's also a campaign. In 4E that we're doing, which is based on World War I, but in a fantasy setting, which is amazing. I really enjoy that one. And that's all going to be on that channel. But follow me on Twitter. I'm cool. I tweet some stuff.
Is that a Twitch channel?
That is a Twitch channel.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, and it was a pleasure playing with you as well, and I'd love to check some of that out. I've seen World War One stuff done in like Call of Cthulhu and stuff like that, but not in D&D. And I'm late to the whole party as well with the editions thing. I've only ever really seriously played 5e. I've played some hacks.
It's an interesting experience. I think it's a little bit more clunky, and if you're really into I don't know, it's just a little bit different. It takes a little bit longer, but it's really cool. And I think for this campaign especially, because there's all cantons that instead of like countries, and we're just kind of gearing up to the war, and all of our different parties from different factions that may or may not be on like the same side of the war. It's really interesting. Plus, then we geek out about Dan Carlin's hardcore history as well while playing. So yeah, it's good.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. I'll have to check it out. Lastly around, we have the second half of J Bambi. We have Dark Fox 0812 Alexandrian. Oh, hi.
Hello, hello. So, my favourite bit, besides playing with everyone here, I've had an absolute great time, as always. Favourite part was... I think it's... I think it was the circus. Just yeah, what? It's a circus going on in a bank. Let's just wander in there. It was great. Obviously, it wasn't a circus, or it was the worst circus ever.
What kind of circus is this?
And some really, really bizarre method acting. But yeah, no, I just found it, great fun. So, I am Alex, or Alexandrian, or Dark Fox, which is up there. As Jay said, over there. We stream on Twitch now and again. And other than that, we are here every Wednesday for the rest of this season. It is Wednesday today, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, I mean, it's not anymore, but yes. I ramble on Twitter an awful lot. So if you want to hear what I've got to say or read what I've got to say, give us a follow. If not, I'll tweet about when we inevitably do stream, and we'll stream anything and everything. So feel free to stop by.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so that just leaves me. My favorite part, I think, was when Tren busted out that, well, I'm going to use 6 effort then, and I was like, I'm sure you all saw me suddenly go DM panic mode, like, okay, yeah, sure, you can do that. I'm going to switch the characters around.
And when, oh no, you can actually do that.
Yeah. It was when you said actually that that your stats get blown up massively, and I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, they really do, like. And then I started to get excited for it. That was definitely my favorite part. I love it when things happen that make me need to think about what I'm doing. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And for sheer humor, just all of you, you bunch of loons. This whole thing's been crazy.
I mean, if you like things that make you think, I'll keep that in mind for next week.
Ooh.
Oh, what have I done? This is my channel! If you've enjoyed yourself, check out our social links. They're all there. Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Patreon. We have a Patreon if you'd like to support us. There is an article coming very soon. You can support us over there for as little as $1 a month. And also we have merchandise over on the Redbubble, so you can get a crest on your chest. Also we have our raid cry there, which is there was a guy who turned into a bear. Also we are sponsored by Bird in the Storm Publishing, who create content for who create content for D&D and other TTRPGs, and we also have Mage Hand Press, who created the Dark Matter Alpha and a sci-fi expansion for 5e, and they have a couple of other expansions for 5e which we'll be checking out next month. next month, next season. Check out the panels as well for Erasavad, Tabletop Loot, and ruinc.com, where click on the link to get over to the link and use our special codes to get 10 to 15% discount. Today, I would like to take you to 2 places. First of all, I'm going to give a shout out to Tales from the Grim, and if you would like to go there, I invite you to. Greg's doing a fantastic job, and I've just seen earlier today on Twitter, I think, that Greg now has a sponsor as well, and he's doing fantastically. But unfortunately, that is not where I'm going to raid today, because I see someone else live at this time who is not normally live, so I don't often get a chance to raid them, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. We are going to go and say hi to Tall Squall, one half of Bird in the Storm. Jay is currently playing... oops, I've just pressed back on my mouse. That's not what I wanted to press at all. That means I need to type the raid command in again. Jay is currently playing, it looks like a new game over there. It is East Shade. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't, I guess. But that's what we're going to do. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. I'm very much looking forward to next time. We'll be back in an hour with Dynama. I won't be here, but my wonderful wife will, along with Renee and the rest of the crew, weaving a wonderful story. See what I did there? Weave. Ah, yeah, see. Thank you very much, everyone. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions, and we will see you later on. Goodbye!